Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We are live with another live match commentary, of course. Pre-match build-up commentary, post-match reaction, instant reaction, match review, video analysis later on. It is a full day for us at NUFC Talk TV and for Newcastle United fans, of course. My name is Chris, the American Mag. You got Gary here with me as well to give the commentary with me. And we are going to have an interesting build-up, to say the least. Some of those players that we expected were going to play are not going to play. Eddie Howe going for a very conservative lineup. And I want to get your takes on it, of course. I want to get your predictions. I want to get everything that you want to say about this match. Please bring it up. Don't forget to do that. And Gary, how you doing, mate?
Very well, mate. Thank you. Yeah, all good. Looking forward to today. I mean, you know, if any game or any weekend could go your way, I suppose you could say this one's been good. Shame that Arsenal have just took the lead, if I'm honest, because I would have liked a draw between these two, because it just puts us into that. It just puts us into that second spot. Obviously, we've still got to go out there and get a result. So it's not as plain and simple as as it's ours already. Because, like I say, we've not got a great history at the Molineux. So it's going to be an interesting one. But I am looking forward to the game, even though there's obviously a few surprises, which is what we expected. Because, like I say, none of us in the panel, even though, like I say, that Geordie Toon for Life was saying about, tactical awareness and things like that. So again, take my hat off to the guys in the know. Like I say, it looks very much to me as if Eddie Howe has gone not for performance-related week, a couple of weeks at international level. He's gone more for the lads that were at home, obviously doing some of the tactical awareness and what he's expecting from them. And again, it's what we were saying about there's two ways to look at it. If you've got a bench that can't change the game, then obviously you're limited on the 11 that goes out there to get the job done. But at least now, obviously, with the tactical awareness that he's planned throughout the 2 weeks and a little bit of strength in depth on the bench, maybe it's the a good way of looking at it. Because as daft it looks, when you haven't got players that have got the ability to change the game coming onto the field, your expectations are a little bit minimalised, aren't they? So it's like I said, for me, I can understand it. Am I happy with it? Well, like I said, we'll wait and see.
And by the way, Newcastle United are set to play with the alternative for the first time, the blue and maroon shirt. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, we shall see. But I think everything is leading up to that. I think it's a positive way to look at it. Paul Clark there, Longstaff. It's a positive way to look at it. However, I'm going to say it before the match because people want to hear. They say, well, say it before the match. You weren't saying that. You had no problems with it, and all of a sudden afterwards, if things go wrong, you have a problem with it. Well, I have a problem with it right now before kickoff. I think that we can go player by player, but Longstaff and Jacob Murphy playing instead of Barnes, in my opinion, is not. I'm not too sure about it. I'm not happy with it, to be honest. So we're gonna get into your comments. So if you have any comments about the lineup in particular, we want to get to those. But let's review the lineup, mate. First of all, quickly and swiftly, for Wolves, simple. Sam Johnstone, the goalkeeper not Newcastle, sorry, Wolves. At center backs, line of four. They're playing 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2. Very conservative. But of course, they do have dangerous players, so you don't want to just take the formation that they gave us. As it is. You got to see what's happening on the pitch. Yerson Mosquera with Craig Dawson as center backs for Wolves. On the left side, you got Nouri, who we our own Dazzling Dave from Wolves Fan TV told us about him. Also Nelson Semedo on the right side. In the midfield for Wolves, you got Andre, and captain for Wolves, Mario Lemina. On the left side of things, Mateus Cunha, very, very dangerous player, so we have to watch out for him. On the right side, John Rickner Belagardi over there on the right side, number 27. Up front, maybe as a 10, maybe as a second striker, Joao Gomez. And up front, the one and only, by himself, all by his lonesome, Norwegian international, Jürgen Larsen up front. So number 9 for Wolves. As far as Newcastle United is concerned, Nick Pope at goal, of course. Center backs, Dan Burn, Fabian Schär coming back onto the team. What are your thoughts on that so far? I mean, it's typical. I mean, we knew that though, right? Dan Burn, Schär, nothing to surprise.
There's nothing of any surprise, to be fair. We said, like, the back four should be as we expected it to be. There's no reasons not to, implement those players. It's a strong, like I said, it's a strong defense. Midfield, obviously you're always going to highlight certain individuals in the back four to the three. Do I want to change? No, I don't think I want to change the back four at all. I think the back four is good. It's like I said, it's whatever he's worked on tactics. That'll be the first thing that I look at now when they come out to play. If he's got something up his sleeve where this team gives us a little bit more, solidity, then fair enough. I will hold my head up and say, that's why you're the manager and I'm not.
That's right. I didn't ask you, but I mean, I'm assuming no surprises at goal. Nick Pope is the goalkeeper. Dan Burn, Fabian Schär. I mean, like I said, in my honest opinion, that's the center back combo that we've had that has worked so far, and without Botman, nothing really to be argued there, other than some people might say Lloyd Kelly could have been there, but I think that Dan Burn has been starting. So knowing Eddie, he doesn't make a change like that. He doesn't make a surprising change, really, as we are going to discuss here in a minute. So, and again, I want your take, please, everybody. Give your opinion right now on the lineup that we see in front of us. On the left side of things, Lewis Hall. Now, a lot of people said that they would rather have Lloyd Kelly. However, and Eddie has done it against Bournemouth. He has done it. It almost feels like he puts Lewis Hall, in my opinion, it seems like he puts Lewis Hall because sometimes he has no other choice, or he has to, because I felt more love and affection towards Lloyd Kelly. However, this is a surprise, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's a tactical thing. I think the way Wolves have shown in the past, they like to get width, they like to attack in wings, and it makes me wonder now whether this tactical shift that he's been obviously playing on is to get two very forward-thinking fullbacks further up the field to occupy their space rather than them occupying ours. Obviously, if they do come out with this 4-4-1-1 system, their area of concern is going to be left back, because Neary's not that type of player. He's more of an attacking wing back. We know that he's got all of the ammunition, he's got all of the strengths playing in that way. And even Dave, the Wolves fan, said, he isn't great in that full-back position. So it's going to be interesting to see their system, their formation. But for me, what they've done here now is try and allow us to get into their space. We've got two quite quick fullbacks. They aren't very pacey at the back. We have got some pace up front, obviously. And we've also got some, I know it sounds crazy, but we have got some cover, because the lads do track back and support when they need to. So, it's going to be interesting, mate. I'm looking forward to this, because, like I say, none of us expected both of them to play. It was going to be one or the other.
Right.
And it was like either Trippier coming in for Tino, or obviously Kelly coming in for Hall. So with these two playing, it's obviously something that they've worked on, something where, like I say, they're going to try and get into the channels. So, I'm looking forward to it, mate.
All right, as we move forward, well, actually, we got to talk on the left side of things. Another, surprise, not surprise, but something that was talked about was Tino Livramento or Trippier. Eddie Howe chooses to go for Livramento. I don't have an issue with that one, to be fair, and I don't think most people do. But any surprises there?
Well, like I said, we all said it was either going to be one or the other. Now, obviously, he'll be looking at this and saying that because Trips hasn't had much game time, he wants to get his fitness up to to a level that he's been working on. He said that in the question and answers in the press conference. He was asked about how the lads are, and he says about working on fitness, and he says, yeah, he thinks the lads have done really well. And the only surprise for me is obviously Trips has been in the tactical awareness scenarios doing the training, where obviously Tino has been away with English duty, the same as Louis Saul. Now, and that's part of the argument that I would always, and that's why I was trying to explain when we were questioning our choice for the squad, is simply because there's as many lads away on duty, and as we all heard, Eddie say at one point he only had 7 players there. So it is interesting. It is interesting, and like I say, for me, Tino has played well. He's got a little bit more support behind him with Fabian Schär. One thing I have to be careful of, and I've always said, the problem with Fabian, as much as I love him, he does go wandering now and again. And with two fullbacks that like to push on a little bit, have we got enough cover with Dan Burn pace-wise behind? So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how he sets up, man.
There we go. Let's go into the midfield. And you've got the one and only captain for Newcastle United, Bruno Guimaraes. And no surprise there, of course, Joe Linton on the left side. And the biggest surprise for everybody, or most people, and we're going to get into your chat, so please leave your comment down below. The biggest surprise is that Sean Longstaff still plays as a starter for Newcastle United. Sandro Tonali, who've had a great couple of performances with Italy, praised by his Italian manager. And certainly the Italian manager didn't take this "he's not fit" excuse, and he's played him, and he certainly performed well. Tonali also, he performed decent against Nottingham Forest. I'm going to assume that he's going to play at some point this game. However, most people right now are raging in the fact that he's not starting for Newcastle United. What are your thoughts, man? I know you looked at it in a positive way. However, if you look at it not even in a negative way, but just in the central way of things, what the hell, man?
I know, pound for pound, and I think that's what everybody's going to start grafted on. And again, we were very sad about Longstaff last season with what he didn't do, even though Eddie Howe has said, that he's one of these players that does a lot of stuff that people don't see. He works hard for the team. And to be fair, you can see by his rating on the screen here at the minute, he's higher rated than Joe Linton, because Joe Linton's had a bit of a stinker start of the season. And, with his ratings at the moment a little bit high, he has done okay. I mean, he's not going to set the world alight, but he has done okay. And again, we don't know if there's some type of, when he's been having these tests under James Bunce now, which is our new medical advisor, whether he said, listen, the chances or the higher risk of Tonali getting some type of pull is going to be there, and he's again, it's like a case of do I risk them? And again, which is what we said about having people on the bench that can change the game if we need a little bit more of an attack-minded midfielder. Longstaff does do the box-to-box, but he's not going to be ripping up trees. Now, the beauty of bringing Tonali on at some point in the game now, like I say, it just bolsters that midfield. So there's always going to be an element from the tactical side of things. But has it weakened us? Well, yeah, I suppose it has in a way, because we all know that Longstaff isn't the one that's going to be threading the needle. He's the one that's going to be supporting the front three, getting into the box areas quite late, and obviously taking the position up in and around the penalty spot, which is obviously where he's notoriously been effective for us. So yeah, I suppose it is a little negative, but it's not doom and gloom. At the end of the day, we've had results with him in the side for the first 3 games, and like I say, there's been interchangeable with Tonali coming off the bench, obviously in the last game, and obviously he's given Sean the opportunity to prove himself. And I'm hoping, if I'm honest, that this little run that Sean's having, and knowing that Tonali's behind him now, gives Longstaff the chance to kick on. and prove himself, because that is up to him now. Nobody's obviously going to give him any more of an opportunity than Eddie has. So, it is a weaker side of it, but I understand it.
All right. Let's go with some comments because people want to have their say. Brent says, is Willock available? No, he's not, as far as we're concerned. And actually haven't looked at the, he's probably not even in the squad, to be honest. But let's go with some comments because people have a lot to say, and we start a few of those. And so let me go with some of those. Queen of Hearts says, Beer, I'm totally miffed. I'm more miffed than Tonali, I'm sure. That Derek will head soon to the dark side like Darth Vader. Well, Derek, the mighty win, he's just all talk, man. He's Eddie Howe, part of the Eddie Howe cult, and he just talks shite. He will never go to the dark side. Derek flips like the Incredible Hulk, says Beer Viking. Steven NUFC, please, how on earth is Longstaff starting, man? I mean, I'm on your side, Steven. He also says it's getting beyond a joke at this point. A 10% fit Tonali is more effective than Longstaff. Absolutely ridiculous by Eddie Howe. Paul Gribben, welcome, Paul, says Tonali will soon get pissed off. Howe ain't going to drop his bum chum Longstaff. Bum chum Longstaff FFS. Shout out to Paul. There you go. Glenn Atkinson says everyone whinging, man. Longstaff, Murphy, and Eddie Howe have never let us down yet. 4th and 7th, last 2 seasons. People need to get a grip, says Glenn. Brent says Longstaff, get out. Beer Viking, he's gonna try and counter. I can see it now. Steven NUFC, Glenn, we basically play with 10 men when Longstaff is playing. Let me keep going. Luke M says, imagine being one of Italy's best current players and you can't get in the team because of Longstaff. Well, certainly, Tonali has to be. I mean, look, every player wants to play, but it's even tougher when you feel like the competition is not there. You know what I mean? So I can just imagine what Tonali might be feeling at this point. Beer Viking, the bench is good, really good. It's an impact bench to change the game in the second half. Well, that's one way to look at it, for sure. Vendetta says, does Eddie think Longstaff is better than Tonali? Is he mentally unwell? If Tonali is unable to play with Bruno and Joe Linton, then why on earth buy Tonali? Niall says, afternoon, we all knew Longstaff was starting. Just surprised Murphy starting over Barnes, which we're going to get to in a minute. Julio Giorgio, why is Tonali starting? Eddie Howe is getting on my nerves now. Manzel Henzel says, Longstaff always the weak link. Stephen NUFC, I'm fully convinced once Botman is fit, Byrne is going to left back. Whoa. Well, we've seen it before. He's not crazy, Stephen. PDK, Kraft, Kelly, Sandro, and Barnes are all unlucky to not start, in my opinion. Brent says, if he sits Barnes as well, and he sits Barnes as well, what WTF is Howe doing? Welcome, Stephen Mockford. First time I'm seeing you, mate. Says, bloody hell, Eddie Longstaff over Tonali. That's the people are wanting to vent, man. Niall says Eddie has Tonali excused lined up for 2 games during international break. Brent, Longstaff brings nothing. Tonali doesn't. Well, I mean, probably doesn't make sense, but yeah, there we go. Luke says, looking forward to the 60th minute. Because on the 60th minute, on the dot, Eddie Howe makes his substitutions. Well, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Keith says, how do you say his last name? Dietz?
Yeah, I suppose it is Dietz.
Yeah. Or Dietz. But Keith says, regardless of the disappointment in selection, this squad should still be good enough for a result against Wolves. Barnes and Tonali will get 20 or 30 minutes, says Keith. Welcome, Keith. Thank you for being on the show, mate. Niall says, if it's a case we need to change it, Eddie, please don't wait until we are behind or drawing. That's another thing, Let me see if we got some. Well, Clark is in the chat as well. Craig Lee says Tonali has had no preseason games. Then he's been involved in 4 matches in 2 weeks after 10 months out. Of Tonali started and got an injury, you'd all be screaming bloody murder. Sensible choice is Longy. Longy says Craig Lee. Well, there we
Well,
go.
you saw his comment when obviously the journalist asked him about his potential burnout, having not played as much, and obviously Eddie's response to that was very much to laugh it off. How can you burn out somebody after not playing for 10 months? And like I said, these guys do go through rigorous training when they're not playing. It's not as if they just sit back and do nothing for 10 months. They do go do some really vigorous training. And that's the way Eddie likes them. He likes to build them up. But like we said, at the end of the day, he has played 2 full 90 minutes in a short space of time after not playing competitive football for a long period of time. So maybe it is just James Bunt saying, let's just ease back a little bit and allow his body to obviously repair. So yeah, it's an interesting one, and there's going to be an argument about everything when it comes to competitive football. I'm sure all of the lads on the bench, and to be fair, I've got the bench here, Chris. If you want me to put it up on the screen for a second,
yeah, go ahead.
You've got some real crackers on the bench, if I'm honest, with Martin Dubravka, Kieran Trippier, Sandro Tonali, Harvey Barnes, Emil Kraft, William Asula, Lloyd Kelly, Miggy Almiron, and Joe Willock is on the bench. So, like I said, it's a very, very strong impact bench. But like I said, it's whether the lads, the first choice, is strong enough to actually hold Wolves at bay. And I think that's where everybody's questioning. Do I reckon it's strong enough? Well, yeah, I do. I still think it's how the 11 go out there and actually introduce themselves to Wolves from the kickoff. If they allow Wolves the possession like they've done in the past and beat them on the break, maybe that's something that we should look at. But we've just got to have the confidence. Like I said, there's going to be a number of reasons why Eddie's gone with this lineup, and we have to trust him.
Yep. There we go. Terminator Seed says, I understand Longstaff's decision to a stretch if I'm playing devil's advocate, but dropping Barnes is what I'm also frustrated. Let's finish the lineup real quick. Up front, you got Anthony Gordon, Isak, and Jacob Murphy over Barnes. What do you think about the right side that people are very adamant about?
I mean, it's like I said, the biggest problem you have is the fact that if you continue to play the same three up front, which is our strongest three. I'm not doubting that. Again, you've got nothing coming off the bench that's going to change anything. We know there's the weaker two that are supporting them. So how do you change things around if it's not going your way? And if you think as much as we've got strength and depth a little bit in the midfield now, we've got strength and depth a little bit in the back four that can come on and do something. When you look at the front three, we are very much same old. And it's like I said, Harvey Barnes, as shown in the past, has been a massive impact as a sub coming on. I mean, to be fair, again, I go to what I class as probably the best game last season, which was the West Ham game. And without him coming on board, I don't think that game would have been as such. And that's what I said. You've got to look at what we've got. How can we impact? How can we change things around? We've got Harvey Barnes to come on, and like Asula is still an unknown quantity. But there is something there, and that's what I said. We all moan about what Miggy can bring to the table, but again, he's the unknown quantity, and that's what I said. Sometimes you have to start with a weaker. If you haven't got anything of depth in quality regarding where you are up front with the front three, then you have to start with somebody. And like I said, you look at his creation from last season. I mean, Jacob Murphy did okay. You can't fault him. He's not had a great start of this season, but last season he did okay. And that's what I said. You've got to start somebody. And like I say, if you don't put all your chess pieces out straight away, then have somebody that can come on off the bench and move things around. Then probably take Anthony Gordon and put him onto the right hand side. Or again, it's and for me that's the big question. How much gas has Anthony Gordon got in his legs now?
Right.
because at this present moment in time, he still hasn't completed a full game.
Yep.
And I think that's what you've got to look for.
All right, let's go with more comments. Glenn says Longstaff was our top goal scorer from midfield last season. Without them goals, we probably wouldn't even have finished seventh, says Glenn Atkinson. Clarkey, if we go third, we can't really complain. We have a strong, energetic bench, says Clarkey. There you go. Brent, yeah, don't play your best player because he played some. Get out of here with that, says Brent. He doesn't believe in that, which I think that the bench is nice. If that's one way to look at it. However, if you look at it from the Real Madrid perspective, if Real Madrid sits Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Valverde, well, yeah, they have probably the best bench in the world. However, it's about putting the best players first, isn't it? I mean, that's in my opinion. I just, especially Newcastle United, who don't really have a squad, in my opinion. I don't think we have a deep squad to to be playing games really. But again, I'm saying it before the game, so at the end, if things go as I expect them to, which I think having Longstaff over Tonali, Murphy over Barnes, it's not the best in my opinion. Things might not go well, but however, like people have been saying, it's they're right. With this lineup, we've gotten scores, we've gotten results before. Finished seventh, finished in Champions League. So I guess it is a very much a valid point there. So Benjamin Maybe has a question. Hello, lads. What's the excuse for no Barnes? He wasn't on international duty. Was he? Well, I mean, we talked about it already. It's maybe Eddie's looking for that, which we always thought that he wanted inverted players, but Murphy is very much not that. But maybe he's going for the secure thing. Maybe he's going for the secure thing, and maybe he thinks that we should be with this lineup anyway. So maybe that's part of it. So that would be interesting.
Mark about Barnes, yep. And I'm just going to highlight this, and again, this isn't an excuse, and I'm not trying to put words into people's mouths. But if you look at Barnes's work back, it's not as good, it's not as effective as Jacob Murphy. It's not as effective as Anthony Gordon. He does come back, but he doesn't track back quickly because he hasn't got that in him. He's great going forward, but like I said, he's not the type of player that will get in behind. He's not the type of player that can. He does things in his own little channels. That's the beauty of Harvey Barnes. So maybe there is some question about Harvey Barnes. And again, we were playing away from home, playing at a ground that we've not really had great results in the past over the last few years. So is it a fact that now he's going a little bit more? I'm not going to attack fully. I'm going to keep a squad in that can get into positions to support the defense and then try and counter attack. We don't know until we start playing.
Yeah. All right. So what you got something there from Gary O'Neill? Did he say something about the matchup?
There's a 10-minute interview that he did. Obviously, there was just chatting about. I don't want to give full 10 minutes.
Yeah, we don't have the 10 minutes.
So what I'm going to do, matey, if you don't mind, I am literally going to try and just. I mean, he's just talking about his players. There was some talk about obviously his rapport with Eddie Howe. One of the journalists. I say I'm not going to put it on. There's no point. But there was some communication about obviously do Eddie Howe and Gary O'Neill still communicate with each other, because obviously in the past they've been, I say, close friends, but they obviously know each other from the Portsmouth days. And Gary O'Neill said, no, we don't talk about each other. We don't talk to each other. We don't ask each other about, tactical advice or anything like that. It was just a way of just trying to. And the one thing I did like, and it is exactly what Eddie Howe has done and continues to do, is praise the oppositional managers, because he understands how difficult it is. And Gary O'Neill said exactly the same. He was more to the point of, you think of what he's done regarding Bournemouth, taking them from the second division all the way through into the Premier League. And it was a team that obviously he inherited. And he says, and you could see the tactical work that he's done. He says, my tactical thoughts are different to Eddie's. He says, but I have to respect what he's done at Newcastle, taking them obviously into the Champions League, continually putting them into the top part of the division, which is no mean feat when you're growing a club. And he says, and we all know, the problems that we all face month in, month out when it comes to restrictions and what you can bring in. He says, you can't have nothing praise for the lad, and what he's trying to do at Newcastle. He says, and we have to be on it. He says, if we to get anything from the game, he says, we know we have to be on it today. And he says, and we've worked hard. He's quite impressed with the lads that he's got. He thinks the tactics that he's put out today is going to put us to the test. So he says, and if you look at our running at the start of the season now, he says we've probably had one of the hardest starts that anybody could wish for. He says, but I'm excited for it. He says, and the lads are really up for it. So it's going to be a good one.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that one. Interesting match coming up, of course, but let's keep going with the comments. And the fans are having their, their rant, in which they are allowed to do on this channel. And we try to give everyone, the mic, I guess you can say, and have your opinion, have your say. Lars says, waiting for Hull to miss a single pass, and Eddie pulls him off before halftime. Meanwhile, others who can deliver a single pass will get the full 90 minutes, says Lars. There you go. Glenn Atkinson, I agree. His stats don't look great some games, but his work rate free Bruno and Joe Linton up. He's the gaffer. He's the gaffer out the three, and that isn't always pretty. Says Glenn. All right. Let me see. And Michael NUFC, welcome, mate. Says afternoon, Chris, Gary, and people. You play your strongest team from the off and put it to bed ASAP. No good when you're struggling, says Michael. Terminator Seed. I like Murphy as a squad player. He's been very good for us. But Barnes' ability in the final third is of the highest order and has never been given a proper run. I could agree with that, to be honest. I just wish Barnes was getting the consistency in minutes, because I feel like if given, it's going to turn out well. But we shall see. Japadoni, depends on how you look at it. Do you want a reactive bench or a proactive starting team? Well, that's a good way to look at it there. Michael says, I would have started Barnes and Trips. See, interesting. A lot of people obviously focusing on Tonali, on Murphy and / Barnes, but a lot of folks, not focusing much on the Trippier Livermento side, which is interesting to say the least.
I think everybody's taken to Trips to Tino. If I'm honest, right. I think there's even though I don't slate players. I mean everybody's allowed a mistake. You've got two fullbacks that are still in my eyes, and again, this is only my opinion. If you watch them individually, and I've done that for many a game now, where I've looked at them individually, and that's the only way you're going to get to see them. I don't follow the ball around all the time. I actually look at positioning off the ball and how they communicate to each other and things like that. And like I said, I was there at the Spurs game where you'd got Trippier on the sideline coaching these guys from the sideline, and that's what I said. For me, it was the true professional. Yes, we all know that Trips has had some bad times. We've all know that. In the past, he's not played to his potential, and Tino's took advantage of that. And there's a lot of fans out there that actually would prefer probably Tino in the side before Trippier these days now, because he has taken that on board and run with it. So for me, the highlight's never going to be on Tino, but it's definitely going to be on Longstaff.
Yep. Craig Lee says, what strip we're wearing? I thought it was going to be the first time for the alternative, but maybe not. So I'm not sure, because now which SofaScore is kind of accurate on this, they switched it to white. So I would assume we're going to give that alternative a go at some point. It is our second kit, unlike the white and green, which is our third. So I'm not sure there exactly, but we shall see. Regardless, hopefully we play good, which is more important. But let me keep going. More comments. Sentimentality with certain players is already a problem, and the season has just begun. When results match the performances, team selection will be the first thing people go off go off about Vendetta saying, which and look, you do have a point. Football is results driven, and the moment something goes wrong, people, I'm telling you, and not only that, the Mitchell Howe thing is going to explode 3 times over. But on the other side, if the results keep going, nobody will talk about all these things. So we shall see what happens. All right, says, good afternoon. So Eddie Howe has gone safe again. It'll be okay if the changes are not too late, in my opinion, says Will. Welcome back, Will. Thank you, mate. Let me see another. Ronald Turnbull says 6-1 tune full time. Wow, that's interesting. Japadoni. So I agree with you, Chris. You start your best 11. Vendetta here says we have been extremely fortunate with results. We have been defending for our lives with most of games. We have been desperate for players with ability to get us up the pitch, and he plays Longstaff. Well, there you go. That's Vendetta Steak. Michael says Barnes was injured a lot last season. He needs game time. He's a starting 11 player, not an impact sub for the price we paid. Rather have kept ASM in the money. Well, let's see again. That's good about having everybody's opinion, because I would have never thought about ASM and the money. We got Barnes and everything, so that's a good take right there by Michael. Interesting.
But it's an expensive. It's an expensive substitute. That's exactly what we were saying before, isn't it? And exactly. We all know that Barnes can come in and do a job, and obviously we would all, especially myself, when we bought in Anthony Gordon, it was a case of, we have got somebody now for the right wing. Can we go out there and buy somebody for the left wing? So for me, when they went for Harvey Barnes, it was like ASM for Harvey Barnes. It was never for Anthony Gordon. But obviously things change, and Anthony Gordon has done a job for us on the left hand side, and that's where he believes now the strength is. He wants 2 really good players in every position, which is very difficult to get and keep everybody happy. And that's going to be the next visible test that we'll see, the acid test, if you like, when we have got a squad depth like we're starting to get. Eddie's got to keep everybody happy.
Foxy says credit to Murphy. He has a great consistency with funny memes, high fives, and waves to the fans. Well, Murphy is good, but that's important too, man. But I mean, obviously, it's not as important as playing good. Ronald says you have to give the first 11 a chance, so subs at 67th is right. I don't think that should be a rule. I think it should depend on what's happening on the pitch. But there you go. Vendetta here saying Eddie has given every bit of ammunition if this game goes bad. A fully fit and informed Tonali on the bench for a player that wouldn't get a game for any other Premier League club is astonishing. Kenny W says, was that not a foul on Gabriel? About the Arsenal, which I think Arsenal did win the North London derby. Yeah. So interesting. All right, let me see. Craig Lee, Gary, I have to say you're a very level-headed view on everything in NUFC. It's refreshing. Look at that. Proba!
Like I say, having managed the team myself, with a lot of my friends in that team that I played football with for years, and then going on to be player manager, and then obviously manager, then I got my coaches badges. You tend to have a bit more of an open view, and when you're trying to explain to a friend who's a really good friend that he's not playing today, sometimes it pulls on your heartstrings a little bit more. And I know Eddie Howe loves to have a close relationship with the boys. He seems to have. I'm not saying it's a friend relationship, but he does like to have a little bit of a camaraderie with the boys. It was interesting to hear when obviously he was talking to Mad Dog. There was me expecting Mad Dog to be the one that obviously threw the rants and everything else in the dressing room, but apparently it is Eddie. Eddie does go and give them a bit of a telling off when they need to, and that's how I look at the game. Even though I have black and white in my veins, and I want them to win every single game, sometimes you have to think of it as, at the end of the day, I try and analyse each game, and I give credit where credit's due, and if that's for the opposition, then sometimes I just have to hold my hand up.
That's right. So shout out to Craig Lee. Thank you, brother, for being on the channel. Foxy, Wolves generally struggle with the back four. Both fullbacks are very attacking, and if we can get Isak one-on-one against Dawson, we could get some joy on the counter, says Foxy, the man right there. We are wearing the purple and blue strip. Well, that's what I thought in the beginning, and I think we're going to give it a go. But
Be
there,
nice to
we shall. Yeah, we shall wait. I don't have any images from grounds yet, which I have it right here. So we're on commercial breaks. But there we come on. Let's hit the like button, folks. Please, we got a lot of people watching. Hit the like button. It helps us a lot. It's easy to forget. Close the chat for a second. Hit the like button and help support NUFC Talk TV. Moving forward. Let me see. I think we are caught up with the comments. Please give us your prediction right now. Let us know your predictions. What do you think this match is going to end up being? Now that you know the lineup, now that you know what's going to happen, please, let us know your predictions of this match so far. Because obviously we give our predictions before. We don't know exactly what the team is going to be. We try to use, what's happened before, what Eddie likes to do, also with our, what we think should happen. And now, if you are in the NTTV weekly tournament of predictions, and I'm talking Niall Powell, Gary, Ian Fleeman, DX, Ronald Turnbull, Steve Mashallah, everybody. You already know who you are. If you want to change your predictions, you can do it now. I have it pulled up right there, right here on my screen. So if you want to, if you're a member and you are part of the NTTV predictions, you can, change your scores right now. So you let me know, though. You got to let me know. Let me see. Japadoni, it was announced on X for the strip, I think. Yeah, there you go. Antagonizing Jordy still says 3-0.
Yeah, they were saying that there was a potential that the new strip could be shown here, but there's no clash of colours whatsoever. Apart from obviously we will have to wear white shorts. Apart from that, there is no point for me in changing. But the lads, it's just showing you some of the Wolves fans coming out. So after the break, I'm going to have a quick look at what shorts the lads are wearing. They're wearing the blue shorts, so it is the maroon, or as the Michael says, it's Geordie Brune.
Exactly. So it's not purple, it's Geordie Brune and blue. Proba. Will says, to be honest, we normally draw with them. Today, the fact that we discuss who should start means we have a better bench than previously. Hopefully, it makes the difference today. That's true too. Tonali with a winner, second half 1-2 for us. Says Ronald says we'll change 5-1 the tune. All right, so let me see. Ronald Turnbull right there. So you said 6-1, now you're saying 5-1. There you go. You can change it to 5-1. All right, let's get situated into the match because we got 15 minutes left to play, and we'll play a quick little video and we'll get situated. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United set to perform, set to play, set to give us another 3 points. I'm sure they want to give us 3 points right now at the Molyneux. Is that how you say it?
Molyneux, yeah.
I hate these French words, man.
It's a strange pronunciation, I suppose. If you look at it, it's a strange ground. If I'm honest, I mean, well, I as a Toon fan, obviously, I used to go to the games against Molyneux in the past because there's parts of the ground that's not enclosed yet, so you which is a little bit higher on the bypass and actually watch part of the game from there. So I used to go up there and obviously have myself covered up because everybody would be knowing I was a Newcastle fan, and there was a couple of lads that knew I was a Newcastle fan that used to give me a little bit of jip for doing it, and I used to look at it and say to myself, oh, I'm not going to pay to get into the ground. I can't get a ticket. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and watch part of the game from the roadside. But you can only literally see a quarter of the pitch. But I used to love it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Michael. And UFC says loving the graphics, Chris and Gary, and the crew. You know, that's I love that
First time I've seen
because
them, mate. Love it.
you know we put a lot of work into this stuff, man. Trust me, a lot of work behind scenes. Even at night, late at night. So, thank you for that comment. Roy Caviani. So the lineup changed my prediction to 1-1 now. So Roy Caviani will change his prediction for the NTTV weekly tournament to 1-1. Let's see, Roy. Where's Roy in the table, man? I don't even see Roy. Roy's. Oh my God, Roy is low. So you say 1-1. So there you go. Change your prediction right there. Roy is literally the bottom of the barrel, man. You are like low
remember
half.
what David played now? 64% of the prediction score was 1-1 for past history.
That's right. Colton Connor says right there, let's get in. Oh, come on, Tune. Let's score 6-0. It could be. Chris, when do you actually work, bro? Well, 24/7, man. This is a job, 24/7 job, and during the day I work. Yeah.
At night, man.
Yeah, during the day I work a lot. Trust me. But it is what it is. It's for the love of the tune, and obviously, as long as you guys are supporting us, as long as you guys are subscribing, hitting the like button, we are set to go. You know, we are set to go. So there you go. We got the lineups. We got everything ready. And you know, highway the lads, man. You know, it is time. And actually, if you look at the Premier League, standings, we are in a good position right now because the rest of the teams have not performed well. Not sure how the North London Derby helps us or not help us. But I mean, right now Arsenal obviously gaining 3 points because of that victory. We would have been second, I believe. No, or third. I think we could be third if we win. Let me see. Newcastle got 7, so if we win, we have 10 points. We would go to third, above Liverpool, and I'm assuming below Arsenal. It depends on the goal difference. I think they score more goals. I think they scored 6 against Wolves, maybe. So yeah, maybe that they will put us at third, but which is not a bad thing anyway. I think it would be proba. So there you go. I think the Liverpool loss definitely help us. The Mighty Win is asking for the damn link.
Yeah, he wants to come on board. Bless him. I don't think he said he was going to struggle to watch the game, didn't he? So let's see what his input is. So yeah, I mean, I must admit, you know, when you look at it, they've just had on the screen Bruno and Andre for Wolves, and I think that's potentially where it could be.
What happened?
Christy's got his little in the room with him. Bless him. He's playing daddy daycare today, aren't you, Chris?
Oh yeah, no, I got my son here, man. He's been, man. He's everything. Kind of like me, actually. He wants everything to be so perfect. He asked me to do something with this something he puts on like a cape and that turns into a pillow, and he wants it to be a pillow. I'm like, I don't know how to do this, man. I just made a ball with it. He didn't like that, so.
Let's see.
Yeah, man. So he's like, no, that's not how I want it. Oh my God, man, come on. But yeah, you know, so we are definitely working with the little mag here, with the Magpie Junior, with the little what do you call birds that are small?
We've got a few. We've got like swallows, swifts, things like that. I don't know what you call them.
The tiny magpie, the tiny little chick.
Little chicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's close. Baby bird.
Yeah, the little baby bird. He just came out of the. Well, not this one really. I have one that just cracked the egg. Came out of the egg, which is downstairs. This is like 4 or 6 months. No, he's like 4 months, 5 months. And this one is 4, but he likes things how he wants them, you know, and that's the struggle sometimes. But there you go. So we are just waiting for the match. So please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yeah, man, help us out, help us support the NUFC Talk TV, one of the growing channels of relating Newcastle United. So help us out. You will see your chats scrolling through the screen. So if you want people to have to have a look at what you're saying. Just keep commenting, keep the comments coming. We're going to be doing the live commentary, of course, but we want to know your opinion, play by play. We want to know what you're thinking. So come on. I did send Mighty Win the link, I believe. So I don't know if he's going to join now, but if he Mighty Win, if you don't know, if you can't watch the game, well, you need to be watching this channel, man, to follow the commentary. So there you go.
Maybe he just wants to add his little penny's worth before we start.
Yeah. We call him future KFC. Hell no.
Here he comes.
The Mighty Win. Look, he's like he's a Newcastle man. He's coming out the pub.
That's a pub. You can see the pub behind us.
Yeah, man.
Sports
Are
bar,
you pro
restaurant? I am proper pissed off, I tell you. And I mean pissed off.
Nah, man, you're all talk, man. Stop playing.
Talk about your meat on the grill. Well, what we've got on the grill right now is some netto sausage, some little bacon, and some fucking shitty butchers, whatever else. Honest to God. If we do not get 3 points today, welcome to the dark side, because that is ridiculous team selection. And if he combines that with no substitutions till 60, 70 minutes, whatever, if the game's not going well, I'm afraid I'm done. I'm stuck there.
Empty threats, man. You're full of these empty threats, man. Stop playing.
But, here's the big but. In Eddie we trust. And who knows? We'll put that team out. Murphy has a blinder. Longstaff has a blinder. And if we put it all together, we get 3 points. That's all that matters. Eddie's right, and we are all a bunch of loonies. Simple as.
Yeah, well, I could agree with that. If we get the points, I mean, you know, there's nothing.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all. No sense at all. You know, I mean, you could just about gamble on Longstaff starting, but as for splitting up the big BIG front line, Barnes, Isaac, Gordon front line, not having it. But time will tell. Live by results, die by results. He's made his bed. He's got to lie in it. Simple as.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense.
He has just hoping.
Yep. Japadani says win.
I mean, you know, we need three goals now. 3 goals. After taking 3-0, if we win 3-0, we'll go second.
Not second. 3-0. 3-0. So.
You cannot argue with it. If we go second or third, you cannot argue with it.
No, that's exactly right.
Right. Japadani says win, done until the next game, just like the rest of us. Yeah, man, he's empty threats from the Mighty Win. And antagonizing Jody says we have had the best start in years in the Premier League. Cool, yeah, Jets down, old man.
22, man. Remember 22. That's all you got to think.
Hell yeah, man. Can I jail him, Chris? Well, you can send in the jail. I would look for a sort of a sale. We definitely need the jail money, man. I ain't lying.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll put him in jail no matter what.
What do you think of the playing in the new strip, gentlemen?
I'm going to love you and leave you. My batteries. I'm going to try and save some battery for half time, and I'll come on at half time and let you know where we're standing.
All right, man. Well, if you're not watching the game, how are you watching the game?
In the pub.
In the sports bar, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Coming out now, look.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Look at that. The streets of Portugal. Good stuff, man. All right, then. Well, we'll get you at halftime, man.
Yeah. Okay, doke. Catch you later, boys.
Catch you later, buddy.
Enjoy the show.
Yep.
And you.
Away the lads.
How are the lads? Beer Bag says, put Chris in jail for elder abuse. Nah, man. Bob says, always play your best team. Disappointed in Tonali not starting. But yeah, well, you know, it's we all are. I am, you know, and I do understand the other point of view, but it's just not to me that strong of a point to not start your best 11. But look, it is what it is, man. It is Pope, it is Byrne, it is Shar, it is Livramento on the right, it is Lewis Hall on the left, it is Bruno Guimaraes, still captain of Newcastle United. It is Sean Longstaff on the right side, Joe Linton on the left, up front Isak, Gordon, and Murphy. The Titans, the army, to go against the powerful Wolves, who start with Johnstone at goal, Mosquera and Dawson in the center, Nouri on the left side, Semedo on the right side. In the midfield, Andre and Mario Lemina, captain for Wolves. Mateus Cunha, a very dangerous man, number 10 for Wolves on the left side of things. On the right, Bellegarde, number 27. A bit of a second striker, or number 10, Joao Gomez, playing freely that right there behind Jurgen Larsen. As we are getting the players, if we're getting the team now coming onto the pitch, ladies and gentlemen, ready for battle. We are playing in blue and Jordy Brune. So we are in, you know, inauguration of that shirt. I think it's the first time we're playing against that with that. AG, thank you so much for that kindly, you know, super chat, my friend, saying jail the old head case at halftime. There you go, brother. We're going to try to do that. Isidro Savala, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a long time, brother. All the way from California. Says about to leave the liquor store. Had to pick up some brews for the match. There you go, brother. There you go. You know, I got me one. I had to drink. What I'm drinking is, well, I was drinking the a Guinness, and now I got me a Coors Banquet beer, which is good stuff, man. This short, stubby beer. Look at the size of this bottle, man. It's unbelievable.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and so what are you drinking, man? What are you?
Nothing yet. Nothing at all.
Yet.
Nothing yet. I like to. Yesterday I was doing my vodka and lemonade, and I always like to keep it down to a minimum. So I'll probably wait till about 5 o'clock, and then I'll have a little one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pour myself this one. We'll do the live commentary. We got to keep that throat looped up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Isidro, man. Don't leave us, man. A lot of you guys are showing up for a long time. After a long time, come on, man. Don't leave the channel. Stay tuned. Support the channel. Hit the like button. You already know what it is. We have a daily show early in the afternoon. We have a late night show at night. So we got a lot of stuff for you. And today on match days, we're going to be busy, man. We're going to be busy.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Not for me. He's gonna have to get hammered before the start of the match.
Yeah, Benjamin Mevin. Yeah, there you go, man. Is it a stubby or Chris? I knew somebody was gonna say that shit. But I went to the liquor store and I said, "You know that beer looks like a stubby, like a short beer?" And he's like, "Oh, the stubby one. You like the stubby?" I said, "Just the beer." And she's laughing about it, you know. But there you go. We're set to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go. We are live. Newcastle United to kick off. Wolves and Newcastle underway. First half, ladies and gentlemen. Live commentary for myself, Chris, the American Mag, and Gary, the Doctor.
Are you what? Are you kicked off yet? Just kicked off.
Yeah, I'm almost up at 30. You haven't, right?
Just kicked off now for me. So please, in the chat, just try
not to spoil it.
Not to spoil it for us.
I'm at 30 seconds, so you let me know.
Okie dokie. You're well in front of me then.
Let me know. You
carry on commentary, mate. Are you at 30?
I'll stop at 30, yeah.
Oh, blimey. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
There you go. Now we're good, Chi. It should be good now, man.
Yeah, cool.
All
It
right.
seems really strange to see us in this new strip, though.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
So
Murphy, 23 on the right side of things, looking in the middle with Isak. Isak trying to do a little flare, a little back pass there, but nicely blocked by the Wolves defender. And now Johnstone, be careful, the pressure right there by Newcastle United. And we look, and that's going to be a foul right there on Livramento, who plays back with incumbent Fabian Scher. Let's see how he comes, if he's rusty or not. Which, by the way, about the loyalty stuff, I mean, Kraft's been playing great, and but Eddie Howe plays sharp, which I agree with it. But others would say, but
yeah, that's what I said. I mean, sometimes you have to. Well done, Queenie.
Thank you so much, Queen of Hearts. I endorse halftime jelly, and thank you so much, Queen of Hearts. Lovely stuff, man. Appreciate you so much. The Queen of NTTV. As we go to Den Burn, and then now Lewis Hall on the left side. Now Newcastle United thinking about it, preparing. Anthony Gordon, number 10. Gordon cutting inside. Back to Bruno. Guimaraes now with the pass, long pass to Murphy. Nicely blocked, though, by what it looks to be Dawson.
We've started like I expected us to, with the two attacking fullbacks trying to get into their half and close the space, and it's about having a look at Nori, because obviously he's not a left back. Like I keep saying, it's their weak link. Have we got a strong right side to actually dominate that? Well, like I say, it's only time will tell. But first couple of minutes, you can see what our intentions are, and that's good news, because we've played more in their half, and they're at home, remember? So that's good.
Yep. As we look at Harvey Barnes, Trippier, Osula. Maybe we'll get some games out of Osula in this game around. Who knows? As Johnstone hoofs the twat all the way to the midfield. And Newcastle United get the ball back. Longstaff now playing with Hall. In the middle to Bruno Guimaraes, captain for the Magpies today. And probably for the rest of the season. To be fair, Joe Linton, the tank, passing it to the left side again with Gordon. Gordon playing all the way back to Byrne. Shar. And as you hear Eddie Howe's Black and White Army chants in the stands. Fabian Scher now playing it inside with Byrne. Byrne all the way to Lewis Hall.
Right ball.
In the middle. Nicely done right there. And now Isak. Longstaff. Murphy. Nicely blocked right there by Newry. That's a good start right there for Newcastle United, Gary.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're looking down at this obviously Wolves left back to try and thread those little balls through into the inside right channel. And I mean, to be fair, it looks promising. Some nice little intricate play. And this is what we've got to be careful of, because this is what Wolves will be interested in, is whether they can actually get the ball, win the ball back, and then hit us on the break.
There you go, Mateus Cunha there trying to go on the break, and nicely defended by Newcastle. He was calling for a foul, but nobody paying attention. Now Gordon on the left side, one-on-one. Gordon, he has to try and see if he has an advantage right there on the defender, on Semedo. Back to Gordon now from Joe Linton with the cross. Isak locking and loading. Man, oh man, that was a good shot, which was blocked, but the fact that he was going against the goal, far away from the goal, and turn around and with that strength, unbelievable, this Isak guy.
Yeah, it was a good crisp shot with his left foot as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, out of nowhere. Thankfully, and luckily for Wolves, it was nicely blocked. As we see Pope now with the ball, passing it. We know that Pope is somewhat limited with his feet. Fabian Scher now playing back with Pope.
Interesting to see Wolves just backing off as well, isn't it? Being at home.
Not much
Gary O'Neill is
pressure.
up the... Yeah. Let's tell them they can have the ball there. That's a great ball.
There we go.
Best there. Good looking.
That's a nice long pass right there. Murphy can't get to it. Johnstone to kick it out of danger zone. Back to the midfield. Joe Linton now looking for it, passing it back to Byrne. Nicely done by Joe Linton. And now you got Fabian Scher, Longstaff. Scher.
The one thing I'd like to see Longstaff do, though, is have a little bit more confidence. That's dodgy.
Yeah, that pass right there. But, man, Joe Linton can't get to it. Now Wolf's back with the ball. Oh, that's not good. That's going to be a throw in. A quick throw in for Newcastle to Gordon, but Gordon can't get to it. You got to calm down. Think about it. Because now we gave the ball away. Oh, what a pass right there. But nicely done by Nick Pope. Welcome, Rosie, to the chat. Thank you. Hit the like button, folks. Help us reach people. Isak now. What a pass right there. No, man. Murphy. Was he offside?
No.
That was a corner. That was a nice pass right there by Alexander Isak with the vision, with eyes in the back of his neck. Nice pass right there to Murphy, alone against the world. And Beer Viking is going to rise on his feet to criticize Murphy, I'm assuming. But that was a good shot. That was blocked by Johnstone.
Just got his fingertips to it. I think that was just going to loop into the back of the net there.
Newcastle United with the corner kick. Gordon, the man in charge. Gordon and Murphy, but I think it's going to be Gordon. Dan Byrne giving him the eyes. Look at that. And that's the play right there. Passing it back. Lewis Hall with the cross. Blocked and or deflected. And Johnstone ready to grab the ball. Be back in a second.
Yeah, okay, mate. Oh, it's closed down. Oh, it's just out of the reach of Murphy. And Hayden Nori now brings the ball out. Wolves look all over the place at the moment. I mean, Newcastle have done really well. I mean, obviously, it's only the first 8 minutes. And again, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to progress the ball forward really quick. All referees just got in the way of the ball in the centre circle there.
There we go.
And it just seems a tactic of Wolves. He's like, as soon as they've got the ball, he's to progress the ball to the forwards as soon as they possibly can. Probably get Cunha in against our back line just to see what we can do. But like I say, at this present moment in time, we are closing the channels down really well.
Right. Good stuff there. There was a man down, Gordon, I believe. Gordon now playing inside with Isak. Alexander Isak to control and passing it now to the left. Joe Linton. Now Isak. Isak 1-on-1. Look at Isak, very, very agile against Mosquera, who was struggling there with Isak. Joe Linton. Gordon back to Joe Linton. Or Lewis Hall, that was actually. Byrne back to Lewis Hall on the left side. Lewis Hall
trying to draw them out now, which is, this is what I said. It's good tactics, and this is what I said. Sometimes as much as we sit here and argue the toss about, oh, that's a bad ball, Tina, and argue the toss about who's been picked and who's not. It's about the tactical awareness that he's tried to do, and as you can see, there's with these two forward-thinking fullbacks now, we've actually pushed all of their width backwards. To try and keep, obviously, us suppressed. And by doing that, in actual fact, we dominated a lot of the battles in the middle of the park, which is the area that I said a few days ago that we have to win. So in the first 10 minutes, I'm really happy with what I've seen, to be fair.
Nicholas Pope hoofing it right there. Now we're back. Now hoofing it again, Pope. That's probably going to get it out. It's still on the pitch. Joe Gomez was a great control right there. Now Wolves, Cunha to the right side with Semedo. Semedo is going to have to pass it back. Andre. Gomez all the way to the right, to the left side with Nouri. Nouri to Bellegarde, back to Nouri. Nouri back to Dawson, who was going to Man, that's a nice pass right there. Lovely.
Chris.
To Lemina.
I do.
Semedo locking in loaded from deep. But Nicholas Pope. Great move. You can see a little bit of the Wolves being a bit proactive in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I suppose we gave a ball away quite cheaply with a poor clearance from Pope, and they distributed.
Oh, be careful!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, that is.
I must be quite just a little bit in front of you now, then, Chris. If you've just seen that, what time are you on now, buddy?
I'm on 21, 22, 23, 11.
Oh, yeah, you are.
25, which I think it's just maybe a second.
Yeah. It is just a second. That's a look.
Share. Joe Linton. The pass can't get through.
Let's keep going.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's very much at this present moment in time, two different tactics. We seem to be pushing them into the corners, which is obviously allowing us a little bit more space. It's certainly way open in the middle of the park, so they're going to have to try and adjust somewhere along the line, or we've got to be careful when we lose the ball, because obviously they've got that extra man in the middle of the park if we ain't careful. So our two wide men, and that's potentially the reasons why we've got Jacob Murphy in the side, because he's not that much of a forward-thinking guy. He likes to play in the little hole, which allows him then to close down the wide men when he's got the opportunity. Well done, Tino. Not giving any time whatsoever there.
Look at that. Yeah, good job there. Bellegarde wasn't expecting that one, but gladly the referee didn't.
I think he has given the foul, mate.
It is a tough play. I'll be honest. Oh, well, actually, it was actually Bellegarde that struck Livramento with his left foot there. But I mean, it's a nice collision, to say the least. Well fought ball. Like, it's going to be offside there for Wolves. And Newcastle trying to play fast. The referee says, wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Burn now playing on the left side with Lewis Hall. Thank you to everybody that's joining us, that's interacting, that's watching the game with us, following the commentary. Thank you so much for your support. Hit the like button. Don't forget. Easy to forget. Close the chat if you need to. Nicely done by Gordon. Keep the ball. Now Lewis Hall. Look at that. Propa. Isak falling back down, playing with the team. Lewis Hall back to Gordon. Gordon's got Joe Linton on the left. He's not passing it yet. He passes it all the way back to Dan Burn. Shar. Is there an issue with the membership gifted? AG says, well, if you're on iOS, if you're on Apple, if you're an iPhone, it won't give you that option. So it's only on Android. So keep that in mind. If you're on Android, let me know. It should be working. If you're on Android. If you're on iPhone or iPad, it will not work, unfortunately.
Keeping the ball really well. We moving it left to right constantly, right to left, and it's just keeping Wolves thinking about how we play. It's very fluid again. I like what I'm seeing, to be fair.
Yeah. Joe Linton. Joe Linton dangerous on the left side. Lewis Hall. Back to Gordon.
There you go.
Gordon nicely inside to Joe Linton. And now Joe Linton ready to but that could be a foul, though.
Yeah. I think
that should be a foul.
Yeah, you could look at it in totally different ways. I mean, if I've seen penalties given for exactly the same.
Exactly. I mean, and I know the defender doesn't, the defender does know, but I've seen penalties called for that, which some people say, well, I mean, what is he supposed to do? He's trying to get the ball, and the attacker is kicking But regardless, I've seen that called many a time. See right there.
In actual fact, he kicks the floor.
Actually, he kicked the pitch.
I think he was trying to
must have felt something though to not follow through, but I don't think it was a foul nonetheless.
That's what I said. This is what I keep saying. You have to give the referees, even though some of them make real poor efforts to actually get involved in the game. When you watch it from here and you see the replay and you see the actual truth, you start thinking to yourself, well, perhaps he saw that a bit better than we did. But again, I thought he was going to. He had all the opportunities then, J7, to actually take that ball inside, but he delayed that movement just a split second, which allowed the couple of lads to get involved. And there you go. Look, that was an overload in the midfield. Like I said, even though we look comfortable, if they come very narrow, it was 3-on-1 there. Then
nicely defended, nicely bothered by Livramento, staying on his man. That was 3 against 1, and they're going to get a. It's a foul, or no? They're going to get a throw in.
Yeah,
I don't know. Livramento was yelling at somebody.
Yeah, it was good support from Tino to go all that way actually to support Hall. Hall eventually got the block in, but it was Tino's doggedness that actually got the guy doubled over.
Yep, a throw in for Wolves now. 17 minutes underway in this first half. Newcastle 0, Wolves 0. To be honest, for these 17 minutes, I don't really know who's a clear-cut better team. I guess you can say Newcastle have had the possession, but not really many chances created to goal. And now let's look at it. Look at the pressure, nicely done by Isak. Forces Johnstone to hoof it.
I think the pressure we've given ourselves half chances. It's always going to be difficult in the first 15 minutes, as I've said, when you're away from home to actually get clear-cut chances, especially with teams like Wolves at the minute that seem to be dropping very deep. They're not allowing us to get in behind, which is obviously a tactic that Gary O'Neill has set out. So what we've got to try and do now is be clever in some of our passes. And it's going to be, rather than to run on, we've got to try and make angles to get the shot off. And you know what? As daft as it looks, and I'm going to say it now, it would be a game for Harvey Barnes.
Exactly. So he can break the ice, if you will.
Good looking ball.
Nice pass right there. Enough. Gordon's going to get to it. Oh, Gordon calling for a foul there. Don't know if he was hitting the head or what. Not sure there what's happening to Gordon, but the ball kind of looked like he was going to go his direction. Right to him.
Shoulder by the looks of it into the back, which was good defending, to be fair.
Yep.
And the referee's letting the game go on, and I think that's quite nice to see. Actually, it's not stop and start like the game that we saw earlier on today.
We're looking now. Lamina losing the ball to Lewis Hall. Back to the middle. Longstaff to Pope. And Pope now to Livramento. Livramento looking for a pass. Livramento getting up there.
Offside, guys. Come on.
And now the hoof. And he's going to be offside, Murphy. Free kick there for Wolves. Be careful. Livramento. That's going to be a foul on Livramento by Nuri.
It's really funny though. You watch where these guys are aiming the ball on that inside channel, and you've got that. You've got it again. It's really weird. That looks a bit light on Gordon there.
Oh yeah, that doesn't.
Oh, he's got the foul. I was going to say it did look a little bit light on Gordon there. He's just telling him to calm it down. Coming in on the back of him. Semedo, he's definitely going to get a card, I would imagine, today.
At some point. All right. Fabian Scher. And the pass right to Gordon. Gordon now all the way down on the pitch.
Gordon, there you go.
Oh, be careful. Nice. He's in a good position now. Lewis Hall. Oh, man, but that is a poor pass to Isak. That probably going to be no. The referee says, "Jockey, play on, play on." Jouet. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. Burn back with the ball. Back to Pope, and Pope to analyze where he's gonna redirect the offense. All the way to Gordon. Gordon's not going to be there though.
To get that.
Mosquera right on it. That's going to be a foul by Joe Linton. And Joe Linton chirping at the referee. You got to be careful, though, with those arms. You got to be careful with what you say.
It's funny, like I say, you get the whole of the side of the ground at Molineux. We are looking at all of the black and white fans opposite the camera.
Yeah,
cover all of the ground part of it, and the upper tier is all the home fans. So it's you always have to watch your head. as they say, look left, look right, and look up.
Yeah. On the left side, Lewis Hall. Back to Gordon. A lot of Lewis Hall Gordon playmaking, but good done right there, Gordon. Gordon now close. Gordon to shoot, lock and load, and did it hit the post?
Yeah, I think it did.
Oh man, that is shocking. That
it's superbly well though.
It was an excellent play. Typical Gordon play right there on the left side.
Yeah, look at that.
Man, even a nutmeg. Oh man, that would have been. That is unbelievable.
See, that's what Harvey Barnes can't do, and as I said, they're totally two different players. Harvey Barnes would have took that inside and obviously tried to wrap his foot around into the far corner, where Gordon's more happy to take the player on, and then he beat two players there. Rosie saying, "I love garlic." I don't know who does he play for.
Exactly. Nice play on the left side. Bruno Guimaraes pushed.
You guys are all talking about food in the chat. I mean, come on, there's an important game going on.
There's a very important game going on.
Making me hungry as well.
Yeah, me too, man. I haven't eaten breakfast at all. Remember, It's only 10. It's close to 11 now a.m. But there you go. On the left side now, Bellegarde with the cross. Back to Wolves.
Love that.
Andre.
Ralmer, I think, Gary.
Bellegarde.
Bellegarde
with the pass all the way to the right side, and Gordon gets right to it. Semedo can't get to it. Gordon Byrne back to Hall. Longstaff. Oh, Joe Linton was trying to play with Gordon. Gives the ball away. And be careful now. Oh, be careful, Semedo. Semedo's going to pass it back. Oh, Cunha was right there. Nicely blocked, though. Top defended by the Magpies. However, we put ourselves in that situation. You got to be careful. Longstaff in the midfield. Back to Joe Linton. Longstaff.
Well there.
Yep. Bruno. Awful quiet right now, Bruno, to be honest.
It was Bruno. It was Bruno with the last challenge there, mate, to be fair. He did really well.
Too.
Yeah, Bruno is quiet. And I think that's what I said. I think this is... he's not in an advanced role at all as we speak.
Yeah.
And I think this is all part of Eddie Howe trying to bring out more of the six in him.
Look at Isak, though. Look at Isak trying to get through. Oh, what a weak play right there. Not by Isak, though, but I mean, Mosquera getting down to the, it's those plays are unbelievable.
Their build up there, that attack just all come from that misplaced.
Yeah, it did.
Pass from J7, didn't it?
Nicely played right there by See that's what started the mispass by Joe Linton. Longstaff can't get the tackle right, and Bruno Guimaraes just puts his body on the line to block Cunha. Be careful, Nick Pope. Pope does what he can, right to Murphy. It's going to go above them, and a throw in for Wolves. Oh, no. Look at that. He got it just in time. So the ball's still in play. Gomez.
Wolves at the minute up top are trying to make it so narrow.
Right.
And they're trying to obviously bring because of the way they're playing at the moment, what it looks like to me is they're trying to stop Tino and Hall from advancing. So it looks like I don't know whether it's a tactic that he's just moved, but it looks like now Gary O'Neill is saying to them, stay on. And as you can see now, we've got 5 on 4.
And by the way, it's only 20. Oh, be careful with the break right here for Wolves. Bellegarde locking and loading from the side, just above the bar. It was on target, I would assume, but just above the bar. But you got to be careful with these runs and breaks from Wolves. They have very fast and agile players.
Well done, Dan Byrne, there, because his progression out to the player, Bellegarde, then actually pushed him out wide. So that was really good, and then Hall supported him, obviously, to close the ball down altogether. But again, it's something that you when you look at tactics, it's about allowing us not the space. Like I said, they'd become very narrow, and when they get the challenge in, the ball then gets turned over, and before you know it, you've got a 5-on-4 situation. Did he play the right? Did he make the right choice? No. For us, yes, because obviously he went wide. But the opportunity was there then, and again, it was just a case of closing the space, nicking the ball, and then on the counter. And again, that's what we've got to be careful of. The back four have got to concentrate.
Brent says, what I see is a team that could use Tonali and Barnes playing currently. Well, I mean, there's no argument that those players on the pitch would probably do better. Look at that, though. A long foul. It started way back. And Anthony Gordon is calling for a yellow card right there. And that's what Gordon is up against, against Semedo. Really good defender, which he already went past him once. And Bierbaki calling for a yellow. I do agree. That has to be a yellow card. But the
referee's getting 2 warnings now, so I think the next one will definitely be a yellow card.
There you go. Be careful, Livramento. Cutting all the way to the middle now. Carrying the ball. And now Longstaff. Showing Longstaff the question. The very much talked about Jordy Murphy with a poor pass right there. I don't know what the pass was. I mean, you clearly see a player in front of you. He gives the ball away. And now Wolves to prepare the play. Wolves playing on there all the way to the right side. Semedo. And now look at that Mosquera running on the right side. Back to Mosquera. Lewis Hall, nice challenge there. Mosquera is calling for something. But well done by Lewis Hall there.
Again, it was that, listen, if you look at J7 there on the track back, he just shouted, stay with your player. And that's what it's all about for these youngsters. It's especially the 2 fullbacks that are still learning the trade. You need players on the park that are just going to support you with voice. It doesn't always have to be with anything more than just a voice to tell you where to go to.
Yeah. 30 minutes underway. It feels like a long time, to be honest with you. But still 30 minutes. We got 15 minutes to play, and of course we'll get some extra time, injury time on the first half. Nice cross right there by Cunha. Nicely blocked though, or better blocked by Byrne, who looks very focused in his job at the moment. Corner kick for Wolves. Be careful.
Yeah, this is where they should be, well, potentially could be dangerous.
Larson. Everybody's got their man, Veligard. Lurking on the outside. Cunha with the cross. Nouri with the control. Be careful with the cross again, and that's going to be a corner kick. Another one for Wolves off Fabian Scher.
I mean, I don't know whether that was luck, but it looked amazing control there from Ain't Nouri.
Yeah. Nouri now with the cross. He wants to execute, but it looks like it will be Cunha. And Nouri looking back at the bench saying, come on, man, I can do it.
That was something off the training ground, wasn't it?
They're going to play it short there. And not much of a danger right there from that Andre header. Well, the offside flag is up anyway. So there you go.
Yeah, he's asking him to get right into the corner. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? How can you be offside from a short corner? They just stayed together. It was as much as they worked that on the training ground. It makes you look quite silly when you get yourself caught offside.
Well, Gary O'Neill calling for something there as we look at...
He's just questioning the offside decision.
Yeah, who is that referee next to him? He's a famous referee.
Yeah, I can't give his name.
I always remember him having a long torso and short legs. Yeah, maybe Gary O'Neill disputing the offside. A throw in there for Wolves, though. We shall see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. I mean, and definitely interesting what's going to happen in the second half. Is Eddie going to make any proactive movements? Probably not, to be honest, until the 60th or 65th minute. As we look at Lewis Hall on the left side trying to go one-on-one. Lewis Hall there back in and going with Gordon. Gordon now cutting inside. Back to Longstaff. Gordon, Longstaff, and Gordon is caught. Not a good pass right there. Try to foul, but not, as they say, you're either going to foul or don't do it at all. You got to do it right. If you're going to pull the man down, pull him all the way down.
This is what we've got to capitalise on now. Mistake.
Oh, look at that counter attack, Alexander Isak. Isak
what?
now. Isak. Oh, that was a poor pass. Be careful, Murphy. Oh, man, that would have been a good opportunity for Newcastle United. And now there's going to be a corner kick for the Magpies.
Capitalised on a loose ball, didn't it, from them, which Isak chased down. It fell. The deflection fell lovely for Murphy, which was just under his feet a little bit. He couldn't get a shot off. And Ain't Nouri managed to get a toe out for a corner. So.
The mighty wins is what is Longstaff playing at? Or where, maybe? Hey, buddy.
That's a nice corner in. Heading, flicked header, and it's just got out for a throw in to Newcastle again.
There you go. So a throw in for the Magpies. Fabian Scher. Surely it's going to be somebody else. Yeah.
Paul's put in the chat, in our YouTube chat, in our chat in the background, how frustrating it has been to see us, allow them to come back into the game when we were so dominant. I mean, like I said, they've tried to capitalise on a couple of our stray passes more than anything else, but we have seemed to have off the pace a little bit now. We've stepped off the gas. We are trying to obviously just get to grips with the game again.
Lewis Hall. Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno. Gordon. 1-on-1 again. Throw in for Newcastle. Quickly executed to Joe Linton. Back to Gordon. Gordon maybe will try to cross it. No, he passes it to Longstaff, who poorly gives it away. And now the counter for Wolves. Cunha with the pass to Larson. And now it's Larson 1-on-1 with
there you go.
Burn. Oh, man, that is poor right there.
And that is poor. On poor play again, haven't they? That
is poor.
They've just given the ball away on the edge of their box.
It's a goal by Wolves, by the way.
straight down the other end, and they've bloody scored.
That is poor right there, man. And
it's shocking, really, isn't it? You know, we were just saying it's about keeping control of the ball, and it's that is a loose pass, I suppose, by Longstaff, who tried to feed in Isaac, and it was blocked. But then you've got, and this is what I said about having two attack-minded fullbacks, because what you've got there is now Burns out of position because he's now in the left-back position. You know, Bruno's trying to sport as the 6 who he gets the nutmeg, if you like. He steps over it, and obviously Kari's behind him, and that's what I said. This is why I said sometimes playing two fullbacks that like to push on can open up the doors for a counter attack, and unfortunately, that's what's happened to us.
But everybody as well. I want to also criticize the defense in that particular moment, Shar in particular, because everybody, the biggest thing that center backs get told to do, and they do it nonetheless, is they follow the ball all the time, and you've got to keep an eye on the man that's behind you that you're supposed to guard. There was another man already, Bruno, I believe, was following that shot. Burn was got nutmegged. I guess that's a poor thing, but Shar had to follow, the man that came from behind, Mario Lemina, and that's going to be a yellow card for somebody, for Joe Linton, and now we're starting to lose our head a bit here.
Yeah, we are, and you're right though. I mean, Shar, I've said before, Shar does get attracted to the ball, and he does lose the position. And they often say, when you're running back towards your own goal, momentum's always going to take you beyond, because you're trying your damnedest to block the shot or support your keeper. But at the end of the day, if you run away from the player that's open in the 6-yard box, you're always going to be susceptible for that ball just being put into an empty net. And that's exactly where we were.
Well, and now Eddie Howe, 38 minutes underway. Eddie Howe's got the notebook out. I'm not sure what he writes on there, but I'm assuming there will be, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be changes at halftime. It rarely happens, so I guess I'm waiting for hell to freeze over.
Yeah. You know what he's writing on that piece of paper? Love you, Longstaff.
Yeah. A lot of people now in the chat getting alive, not talking about food so much. But Benjamin Maven, Newcastle are so hard to watch. Give away silly fouls. Eddie wants to sort this out. Yeah, I mean, everybody obviously going towards Longstaff. Even the mighty win. Look at that. Everybody towards Longstaff. Their criticism is towards there. Brent says that's on how. The fact we haven't scored and the fact we gave that crap away, that's on how. Steven NUFC started with shit staff. There you go. Mighty Mag, I'm deflated. Yep. Well, it's what's happening. So we just have to I guess
just that ball out to the width that draws Burns, look, and then all of a sudden you look where Shah is now. He's going forward to that player. He's in between the two players. Bruno had already closed that space down. Now, to be fair, because Burn were out of position, because obviously he had to go to the ball, you can't really. Who do you blame? You know what I mean? There's a number of points.
There's a number of people, but if you're Fabian Schär, you cannot. You're a proper defender, man. You cannot follow the ball and get hypnotized by the ball, man. By the ball, you have to know who's coming behind you. You have to. I mean, because everybody follows the ball, then the goal is open. Literally, man.
Once you lose your shape like we did there, you're vulnerable.
So we shall see what happens, obviously, ladies and gentlemen. Wolves is up 1-0 against the Magpies. Not going so well for the debut of this kind and lovely shirt. But we shall see. I think
might be the first time and last time it's worn.
Exactly. But the thing, in the ghosts of the past come back around. And maybe I'm reaching. Be careful, Gordon. And I'll explain in a minute. Gordon now trying to go inside. Be careful. Nicely done, Anthony Gordon. Gordon against two. I guess the ball stolen from him. But my point was the wolves of the ghost of the past is when there is a match to win, when the potatoes are hot in the stove, a Spanish analogy, do we have what it takes to take them off, to get it done? We know that we have to win because if we do, we go up. Everybody's lost. Everybody's lost points. And it's like those must-win games. Do we have what it takes to win them? Those ghosts of the past are coming back alive now, and I don't know, man. Another time, it's still a lot of game to be played, though. So, just putting that out there.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to a point previously. You've seen Anthony Gordon there in the left corner of the box with 3 gold shirts around him, and not a single Newcastle player anywhere to give him any support, to give him an outlook. And then obviously he gets muscled off the ball, and then you see all our midfielders in 10, 12 yards away from him. The ball bypasses them into the midfield, and then all of a sudden you've got these 2 channels where you have no shape whatsoever. And I'm not sure what's happening at the minute because we seem to have lost all of our momentum. Everybody just seems to be waiting for somebody to do some magic. And unless we start working as a unit, this is not going to go our way. I'm telling you now.
All right, so
come on now,
Murphy. Buck to Bruno, but well stolen there. And now be careful, Lamina. Lamina might be careful with the pass. But come on, man, you have to. What is going on with this defense?
That park, then. What's this one ball? He just peels off. What are you doing, J7? You can't stand up there, lad.
A lot of players standing up. Look at this. Whoever blocks it, I don't know. I can't remember now. Who you see right there? Burn blocks it. Everybody just standing around.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job he hasn't got a left foot, isn't it?
Man.
I haven't seen much of Andre. I must admit, he's just been spoiling it in the middle of the park, but he's not contributed a lot to the Wolves team at the minute.
What's going on? Ryan Foster says, sort your mods blocking my messages. I don't see any message blocked unless I'm wrong. Look. I mean, Two Nuts was deleted because they said they scored. I guess he might have been, just said it before. I mean, I'm sure it was unintentional, but must have been, what do you call it? Saying it before we actually saw it live. But Ryan, I don't see anybody blocking your messages. Now, we have an automation with YouTube that if you're cursing the lights out, if you're using F-bombs, it will block your message automatically. Or, if you say the C word, etc., it's going to happen. So I don't know if you've done that, but you can give your football opinions and nobody's going to block you for that, which right now you're saying, I want Eddie Howe sacked. Not good enough for a team pushing top 6. Howe has run his luck all this season. Pure bad management, which we respect your opinion, of course, and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that way. But there you go. Random Access, welcome to the channel, man. He's saying, playing Longstaff, insanity reigns. It just doesn't add up. It's getting to the point where I'm going to convert from being a skeptic to a conspiracy theorist. There you go. So, yeah, man. Thank you so much to all of you for joining the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And again, there's an automation from YouTube. If you say the F word, F-bombs, C-bombs, and all the bombs available, if those might get blocked. If YouTube feels you are insulting, being racist, all those examples, then they will block your chat. So I'm not saying that that's what you did, but I'm just letting you know. As far as I see, there's nothing blocked from any other mod. So there we go.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup that Eddie looks like he's trying to do, and instead of Tino working the channel and creating the width,
So there's a man down now.
Yeah, we've got Isaac there with a holding his head. So I said, just going on to what I've seen regarding Tino. Tino's going very narrow into that midfield, and I don't know whether, obviously, in the past he's tried to do the same with Trips. He's tried to bring him in as the number 6, and then just pop into those little channels, sitting behind the progression of the ball to be the outlet. As of yet, it's not really working.
No. Not at all. Isak is down. As we look at the camera, knows everybody knows what's happening because the camera is focusing on the one and only Sandro Tonali. Why is there a reason to focus on Tonali? Because everybody knows what's happening, man. It's not hard to figure out.
And Tonali's having a bit of a say, though, I must admit.
Oh yeah. He's saying something in there. And look, bring in your chats. I know Ryan's chat, Colton Connor, Foxy, Brent. Everybody's getting. Let me know what you think about this halftime so far of this first half, as we are still at 47 minutes on the clock. So we shall wait and see what happens when the game gets when halftime comes. Oh, look at that! It might be bleeding, Isak.
Yeah, got a bit of a bang in the face.
Or did he break his nose? Come on now. I hope that's not the case. But the referee looks like he will just call halftime here in a minute.
Ryan's put down, Gary, stop blaming the fullbacks. The front line done nothing. The centre midfield is doing nothing. Over 300 million attack, nothing. I think that's a bit of an over-egging the pudding there, my friend. It's like I said, I'm not blaming the fullbacks. I'm just saying it's a tactic that obviously Eddie's trying, and it's not working. Like I say, he's got to find something else now. Even though we dominated playing possession-wise in the first 20, as typical Newcastle have been this season, we seem to bring them more and more into the game, and the more they've got into the game, they've literally capitalised on our mistakes, not the other way around. And that's something, like I said, when you play this system, and the system is exactly there for everybody to see, you've got 2 attack-minded fullbacks. When the ball gets changed, all of a sudden then you pull the whole of the back 4 out of position. And that's how we conceded the goal. Not blaming anybody, it's just fact.
Yeah. All right, Mighty Wayne, what's going on, brother?
Oh, that face says it all, mate. That face says it all.
It's shite. A million flies can't be wrong. There's a million flies being saying that Tonali should have been starting today instead of the clown. I'm going to start calling him a clown now. He's been absolutely atrocious. But yet again, he's not the only culprit. We just cannot put passes together in midfield, and there's no excuse for it. And unless something, but again, the only way something dramatic is going to happen is if he actually puts Tonali and Barnes on the pitch. And then if that does happen, that still doesn't make Howe a fucking genius. It makes him an arsehole, in my opinion, for not having started with them in the first place. I honest to God, I'm livid. I'm livid. As I said at the start, I said before a ball was kicked, if he gets the result, you take your hat off to him and say, well done, Eddie. You live and die by your decisions and the results. And what's happening there is just typical of what we've seen every game this season so far. We've started for 15 minutes in the ascendancy and then just gradually falling back, trying to hit them on the break. And when we've hit them on the break, we've went gung-ho with everybody up there. Longstaff loses the ball and we're wide open at the back again. And it's just, rinse and repeat. And if he can't see that, then I'm sorry, he ain't the man I think he is. I love Eddie, I love Eddie, but this is just it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable when you've got players sitting on the bench who are palpably better than what's on the pitch. It's not good enough.
That's proper players on the bench, man. We don't get them on, but Tonali seem to be saying some things. You know, I'm not gonna look.
The bench and Tonali and Bond were talking, and I tell you what they were saying. They were saying, "Why the fuck are we not on this team?" Excuse my French.
Exactly. Which you know what? Let's get into some comments. Let me see. By the way, shout out to Paul Keza. Was it that he said he's been watching us on YouTube. He's an oil rig or something like that. Oil rig, watching the lads. Get them to give me a shout. There you go, man. Shout out to Paul Keza. Great stuff, of course. Hope you're well, mate, and definitely gonna get you back on the channel at some point, mate. And yeah, so thank you so much for your support and watching us. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's get into the comments because people want to have their say, man. And we only got about 10 minutes to do it. Get it all in. So Ryan says, Chris, where is the high press going for goals? Where's the playing Isak into the games? It's just hit it to Gordon. It's Bruce style tactics, says Ryan Foster. Foxy, how should put Murphy on? Wait, never mind. There you go. Brent, no one can claim how isn't stubborn. Well, the mighty wind says to the dark side. He used to say he's great, and he's looking at
the switch is flicked.
Yeah.
The switch is flicked. I mean, for me to say that, it takes a lot for me to say that. But we've got a chance there today to go second in the league.
Yeah.
And he goes with negative outlook, and there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it, man. It's just same old, fucking same old.
Right.
I'm honest to God,
You're knackered, man.
We are knackered.
Let's hope that he comes to his senses now, right now. And we'll start the second half with a team that should have started the first half.
Yeah.
Because I've seen nothing from Wolves to suggest that we can't.
You should be able to beat them. All right, let me get to the comments. Benjamin, Tonali's getting those feathers off now. Beard Biking, halftime. I'm bringing on Trippier, Tonali, and Barnes. Brent, Gordon, the only one doing anything offensively. Murphy's not a starter. Longstaff is not a starter. Michael NUFC, we have no right wing. Midfield is overran. Hence Joe Linton getting frustrated. Gordon hasn't once used Hall on the overlap. Well, to be fair, Hall and Gordon been really busy together, though. I mean, yeah, maybe not the overlap.
That's J7 is now on 4 yellow cards.
Exactly. So we said that before, and people shut me and Gary down saying, well, the Bournemouth one is a good one. He was protecting us from the evil Emperor Bournemouth. No, man, he's a dumb play. It's the opposite goal. It's a dumb play, and also he needs to calm down with his throwing his hands and yelling and chirping at the referee because he needs to calm down on that. All right, Foxy, this half is exactly as I expected. Wolves will wait to pounce in the midfield, hit us on the counter, and score. Random Access says playing Longstaff insanity reigns. It just doesn't add up. It's getting to the point where I'm going to convert from being a skeptic to a conspiracy theorist. There you go. We read that one, I think. Paul Clark, which, by the way, Paul will be doing the instant match reaction, so stay tuned for that one. Hopefully Andy Bell will join us as well for that. Paul Clark says, what a terrible half of football. Longstaff awful. Burn chasing shadows. And Shar got done by the fake out. Yeah, exactly. Shar has to pay attention to the player. Everybody can't be looking at the ball, man. Everybody cannot be looking at the ball. There we go. Shout out to, we got a super chat there. Shout out to Benjamin Maven says, give this £5 to win, please. Talking absolute facts. There you go. That's pro boss stuff, man. But you know, you're rewarding the dude that just waited until things went bad to convert himself, man. We've been on this for long. Where's my super chat? Lord Kalis, welcome, mate. I haven't seen you. Says I'm tensed. We cannot drop points against Wolves. There you go. Thank you, brother. Vendetta says Steve Bruce never left. Bruno G39, welcome, mate. First time seeing you. Says get Longstaff off, please. Ryan Foster, Longstaff conceded that goal. He messed up, not the back line. Well, yeah, but look.
By the way, Bruno's not having the best game of his life either.
No, he's not. He's been awful quiet, to be fair. Lord Kai, well, he did save us on one, though.
You know, you're asking 2 players to compensate for 3 players, and it's never going to work, man. Just wait. Get Tonali on, and let's see what happens.
Oh, this is like the mighty American Mag talking, man. You know, this is just copying everything I've been saying. All right, that's good, man. Glad to see that you're converted. Lord Kyla sub off Murphy as well, says Lord. Beer Viking, Jacob Murphy, watch, only given the ball away 8 times so far. 0 duels, 0 crosses, 65% pass accuracy. Wow, Vendetta, Eddie doing self-sabotage to get a payoff so we can go to, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the truth. Well, it could be. Self-destruction, to say the least. I do agree with that. Jonathan Shaw, interesting. I'm going to read on Jonathan Shaw comment because he's usually very pro Eddie and pro waiting to see what happens.
Absolutely.
Have to admit,
I love Jonathan.
Have to admit, Sean's having a stinker, although many have. I'm not sure if Eddie changes at the break, but I'm still backing us for the win. We're going to have to get busy quickly, man. Benjamin says, all I hear is Newcastle midfield is class. Bruno, J7, and I completely disagree. I'm starting to think they're incredibly overrated, says Benjamin. Ryan Foster, sorry, Howe has had his time, and it's time to replace him like City did with Hughes. Well, I don't know, but it's tough, man. Right now we're reacting with our gut, but he has to stop shooting himself in the foot, surely. Brent says problem for Eddie. He makes the changes for Tonali and Barnes. We come back and win, and Eddie will make himself look like he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, yeah, there will be people that take it the other way and say, well, look at Eddie making all those beautiful subs to get us the win, right? But it can't be like that because it's just common sense. You will not win the vast majority of games that you end up losing or start losing. And, you know, it makes no sense. Stephen Howe, the team selection lead me now to it's time for Eddie to move on. Their loyalty to Longstaff and Murphy is now unforgivable. Stephen M. NUFC, if he wants to wait until his usual 68 minutes for subs, I want Howe gone. Wow, man. Let me tell you something. A lot of people turning in on Howe tonight, man.
Yeah, the worm is turning. There's a lot of situations in life where that's happening, and the worm is definitely turning because today was Eddie's opportunity to turn around to the doubters and say, look, I'm not super loyal, I'm not stuck in my ways, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not the other. He had the chance to do that today, and he didn't.
Well, and we don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right.
He made his bed. He's made his bed alignment. And for anybody ever now to come on and say if he makes the changes at half time as he should, and we'll go on to win the game, it only proves that we probably could have been 2 or 3-0 up at half time, and then he could have made changes if he wanted to rest or whatever, and see the game through.
Right.
It's a total, utter joke.
David Knight, haven't seen you in a while, man. Where you been? David Knight, thank you for being on, brother. Says we should have started with Tonali. Longstaff is awful. Eddie is acting like Tonali is coming back from a leg break. He's fully fit and ready to go. Andy Bell, on a positive, we can't get much worse with right subs. We should get back in this game. Yeah, but you're still one down, man. And Wolves, they do got. I mean, we acting like we're playing against, I don't know, a local team against Blythe Spartans. No, we're playing against the Premier League team. They got good players too.
But one down against Wolves away from home, and we've got a referee who's a homer, who we've got a shocking record under. Kavanagh will 4 league games last season. We lost them all under him. He doesn't give us the lickings of a dog. I'm not blaming that one iota.
Well, he doesn't have to give us anything, to be honest.
Now. But you know, to overcome that 1-0 deficit with Kavanagh in the black shirt, that's not going to be easy either.
Yeah. Welcome to the channel, Grant Percy. Welcome, mate. Says agree win. David Knight says 100% mighty win. Welcome, David. Welcome back, David, and welcome, Grant. Thank you for being on the channel. Appreciate that. Don't forget, every day we have live shows, so stay tuned for what's going on. And today we got a lot of videos for you, match related. We'll go to the last comments because I'm sure we're getting back to the players are getting back to the pitch at some point. Stephen NUFC, Tonali out for 10 months and straight.
Willock, Tonali, and Barnes all coming on.
Willock.
So I think he may be taking J7 off because of the possibility of getting a red.
Yellow card, yeah. Stephen NUFC, Tonali out for 10 months and straight into Italy's first team and plays in men's. Somehow can get a game against shit staff. Absolutely baffling. Pete says, keep Longstaff on. Take Joe Linton off for Tonali. Joe Linton is reckless and on a yellow card. Brent, we win.
Gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
All right, see you, mate. We'll see you later for the review. Anyways, he's gone. Brent, last one. We win. We are in for 3rd place, but instead he starts 3rd, and we are down because of it. So there we go, Gary. Interested in heartfelt, blood pumping, vein popping comments from our viewers, man.
Absolutely, and I suppose just, if I'm honest, like I said, it started off really well, but again, you know, it's all about capitalising on what you do with the ball, and we never look like getting into any of the channels. It's very difficult when you're playing against a side that sits so deep.
There we go.
So we have to create something, and at the minute we didn't have any creators at all in the middle of the park.
We got some changes, folks. We got Sandro Tonali coming on, Barnes and Willock. 3 changes. This is so anti-Eddie that he is recognizing he made a mistake tonight. So Sandro Tonali coming on.
Isakov.
Isak.
And Longstaff.
Oh, man.
Oh, my days.
Well, hold on. Maybe Isak broke his nose or something on that last play. Yeah, which is even worse, to be honest. But now is Gordon going to play number 9? Why wouldn't?
I don't know. There's the question now.
Do we not think that maybe Osula in the middle, take Murphy off, and put Barnes there, keep Gordon on the left? He's doing well on the left, but now he's going to play center. Man,
it's an interesting dynamic. Because as of yet, I have not seen anything of Anthony Gordon up front.
No. Not at all.
Let's see how he goes.
But there we go. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen, in the second half. Newcastle United 0. Wolves 1. Will the Magpies get a point? Get 3 points? We shall wait and see. We can only hope and pray for those results. Andy Bell, I don't know if that was sarcasm, says bloody nose and he's coming off. Well, look, let's see. Maybe he broke his nose and then we're just talking rubbish. But it's
floor, has he, Paul? He's kicking the bloody awful.
Welcome to Robbie GR. Welcome, mate. Welcome to the channel, brother. And Colton Connor as well. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for your support. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Second half is underway. Oh, to the middle. Willock. Bruno from deep. Oh, man, what a block. And that's a proper block right there by Johnstone.
Yeah.
Look at that shot right there.
A bit more dramatic than it needed to be fair. But it was a shot on target, which is good. Yeah, gosh. Ooh.
I'll be careful.
Come on, Shaw. Come on. Oh!
Man. Fabian Schär! But the referee is calling for something. VAR is looking at something. Something is happening right now.
Well, it's a deflection up onto the hand. I thought the new ruling now was.
Well, is that going to?
Everybody, all the lads go up in the air there because the ball ricocheted up onto the arm of Dawson.
Right.
But I would imagine I was told, and looking
the referee is not going to call for anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a handball anymore. Good start though, which is all you can ask for. We've just got to maintain the start now. Well, great.
There you go. I think I might be ahead of you for a few. So
7:32.
I'm at 48. Let me know when you're at 48.
Okay. Have you just refreshed there?
Yeah, I just went ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Let me know when you're at 48.
Yeah, you've got about 20 seconds in front of me by the looks of it.
Well, they can only go in 15-minute increments. So.
Just looking at Hall, just playing it out to Barnes. That's 48 now, mate.
Well, you tell me.
Sorry, I was watching the. I was trying to. Oh, that's a good shot.
Tell me. 08. 48. 08.
Okay, but I'm 48-11 already. So I'm going to go on.
Oh man.
16, 17. Just keep going, mate.
I'm at 25. 25.
All right. 21, 22, 23, 24, 24.
All right, we're good now. Anyways, thank you, folks, for sticking on the live stream. That was a good shot there, right, Gordon? But popped them right in the head. Thank you so much to the one and only Rosie for gifting a membership, and that's going to Bruno Genius. Thank you, mate, and welcome, Bruno.
See, they've got very little pace behind them if you can get in behind them, but because they're sitting so deep, we've got to start creating stuff in front. And like you've seen already now, by taking these shots in and around the 20, 25 yard, it's gonna make them think about stepping up a little bit more. And hopefully we can probably just jink a ball. Oh, well done. Ooh.
Oh, that's a nice play right there.
Yeah. Anthony Gordon just closed the ball down there on Johnson, and unfortunately the deflection went out of play for a goal kick. But again, that's just what you need to G up the lads, because that's what we need everybody to be doing.
Well, now you can see Newcastle United pressing. Hoofed it by Johnstone to the midfield. Hoof it again by Johnstone.
Tonali's got a bang in the face by the looks of it there.
Yeah, we shall see. He also needs to perform. He needs to prove us right, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I still think he's better than Longstaff, but...
absolutely.
But there you go. Tonali pressing, and now in the midfield, Andre. Andre all the way to the right side. And now Nelson Semedo. Semedo. Passing it back to Andre. Andre to Joao Gomez. Andre. And the Wolves now with the ball.
Bruno. Oh, that's unlucky.
Good one by Bruno right there. Oh, man, but now Wolves get the ball back.
The ball would have fell our way.
Nice Lewis Hall. Willock.
Well done, Willock.
Willock now. Willock. Can't get through. And Lamina.
Oh, look, we're out of place again.
Semedo. And now Mateus Cunha. And now Cunha 1-on-1 on the left side. On the right side. Cunha nicely done right there by Dan Burn. It's still in play. And that's going to be a throw in there.
Carded here now.
Oh, a yellow card for who?
Dan Burn. He's just thrown the ball away because he thought he'd got the foul.
Oh, my goodness gracious, man. Got to stay in the game. Got to stay in the game, man. You were a central midfielder. That is a stupid yellow card.
Right tackle as well. And then obviously you get shell.
Everything is good. He felt a little push there. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Now you got a yellow card. That's a numpty move by Dan Burn.
He puts himself under a lot of pressure for no reason.
Semedo playing back. Mosquera on the middle. Wolves on the left side with Nuri. Bellegarde, Nuri. Back to Andre. Andre passing it all the way to the right side to Semedo. And Wolves now with the ball, attacking. Be careful with the pass. Larson, hit the post.
The space that he had in between our midfield and our defence there to be able to turn and put that ball into their centre forward. I forget the lad's name now. It's crazy. It's criminal.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, man. Right now, Wolves are very proactive. It doesn't look like, and look at that, Larson getting this crowd in the game. But it just doesn't look like we are. Look at that, man. That would have been gut-wrenching.
A crazy goal to have conceded, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man. That's awful right there. We just. I mean, to be honest, I don't know why he had to do that. I just felt like if you change Isak because he's hurt, put Osula in, keep Gordon on the left, and Barnes on the right, Tonali still would have came in the middle. What? I don't understand. You could still change Joe Linton. I mean, it's frustrating, man.
It is, absolutely. And that's what I said, they're growing in confidence as we are. Like I said, at this present moment in time, our body language just isn't good. We just don't. Like I say, I'm expecting a little bit more from them, but there's a lot of standing still and watching the ball. Tino,
that's a foul right there by Tino Livramento.
He's going nowhere. You see, that's what I'm saying. He's going nowhere. You just got to stand him up and just let him make the decision, and then react to the decision. You're nowhere near your goal. It's not threatening you.
All right. Well, we shall wait and see what happens. 54 to 20 something underway. We've got to get proactive. Our midfield doesn't have the ball.
Foxy already said it before. They're doing to us what we did to them last season, allowing us to have the ball, coming onto them, and then just picking up the loose bits and then working from that. And it's working for them as well. As you've just seen there with their free kick, they've played it all the way back to Johnson, who's just like smacked a long ball down, and they've picked the ball up again on the second bounce from midfield.
To be fair, we're not having the ball right now at all. Now we're getting it back. Tonali holding on to it, and there's going to be a foul right there on Tonali by Larson. And hopefully we can maintain the control right here, man. Barnes is on the left side now. Barnes, be careful. Barnes with the cross. Not much there. Lamina now pushing the ball forward.
Come on.
Joe Willock on him. Bruno.
You've got to offer more than that, lad.
Yeah. Barnes pressing. Wolves now with the ball. 55 minutes underway. Newcastle have to win if they want to be in third place of the Premier League.
We look a mile off third place at the Premier League at this present moment in time, I'll tell you now.
Yep. Back to Johnstone. Yeah, Wolves seem to be making better decisions than Newcastle United at the moment. Newcastle gives the ball back to Wolves again. Lamina. Cunha back to Semedo. Mosquera, sorry. Nice pass right there, Joel Gomez. Gomez to Semedo on the right side.
Seems overloading on Hall now. If you have a look there, you had three players around Hall, three of the Wolves players around Hall, and it was literally Willock has to then come out of midfield, and it allowed a Lamina then just to walk in to a load of space because of the way they'd overloaded on Hall.
Welcome, Mason Exley, mate. Welcome to the channel. It says, what is your favorite Newcastle player? Mine is Gordon. I'd say mine is Barnes and Tonali. Fabian share with the header there, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Wolves. Nice cross by Semedo. I guess Wolves, Shar, had to do what he had to do. Shar looks a bit upset.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's the body language you can see. There doesn't seem to be much of the energy in the lads at the minute, and I don't know why. International disruption, I suppose. You can blame anything. To me, there just doesn't seem to be any cohesion between what Eddie is asking them to do to what they're doing on the pitch. There seems to be a lot of individual performances, but no team performance.
Well, Newcastle to play from the back. Burn, Shar. Back to Burn. And now Lewis Hall to push the ball up. Welcome again. A lot of new faces, and I'm lovely to get those. Dwayne Doubling says, new manager incoming, boys. Well,
yeah, well,
let me tell you something. These decisions don't go without a receipt. And I'm just assuming that the people above, the people in charge, are looking at this and saying, man, this is shocking that we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Look at Willock with the cross. And that's going to be a corner kick for Newcastle United. Maybe we can kickstart a comeback.
We've got to capitalise on little mistakes. And that's what I said. This is where it puts a little bit of pressure on. And if we can just show a little bit of guile here, he's leaving it to Lewis Hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking for the in-swinger. Try and put it underneath Johnson.
So it's going to be Lewis Hall there. Murphy switching out. Burn with Mario Lemina. Everybody's got their man ready for a dance-off. With the cross. Hall. Nobody home.
Oh.
Burn back in there.
Tonali.
Oh, Tonali with a little flick. But you can see the quality. You can see the quality. You can see the mind, the brain of Tonali working ahead of everybody else. Just look at that, man. Not well executed, but
on the outside of his foot, though. I mean, if that was more towards the corner, there was enough pace on the ball there to cause a little bit of trouble. I mean, I'm not saying he would have beat Johnson, but it would have made him think. But unfortunately, it was straight down his throat.
Yep.
But it's just instinct, isn't it, with Tonali? Right. And that's what I said. That's what you get with Tonali. He's always his thought process is totally different.
That's right. There you go. Well, still time, but it almost feels like if we attack
full time, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, look at that whole skating. But it feels like we attack, and they get the ball back, and we just fall back and wait and see. Maybe that's the game plan that Eddie wants, is catch them on the counter attack, which is a very bold game plan. Nouri. Beer Right can say no intensity anymore.
No. It looks like they've got a lot more gold shirts on the... Oh, look at that. I mean, how the hell can he come from there?
Oh, my goodness gracious. What a header right there by Larson. And Pope saved Newcastle United from a clear defeat this evening. Because, my goodness, how was he by himself there? Tonali from all the way from the back. Tonali losing the ball. Oh, man, that's Tonali thought he was going on. It's a throw-in. Be careful, Mateus Cunha. Yeah, players need to be focused, man.
Yeah, look at that. He just drops the ball into a channel over Burns' head, and there's nobody anywhere near him.
Everybody follows the ball. You understand that? Everybody's looking at the ball. The ball is not going to hurt you if it's not directed towards the goal. You've got to guard whoever is attacking, man. Whoever is coming from behind.
The system that Eddie's playing at the moment just isn't working.
Harvey Barnes on the left side. Barnes to the middle. Bruno Guimaraes has been very absent this game. Lewis Hall. Hall with the pass to Willock. Willock back to Hall. Hall to cross it, to give it to Barnes. Barnes. Bruno. Bruno back to Hall. Hall's probably going to play with, well, man, that is sad, that pass right there, man. And now at least one player decides to press, and it forces Johnstone to hoof it. And now be careful. Don't know if that was, man, oh, man, Byrne is looking beat right now.
Good run. Come on.
Oh, there we go. Let's see what happens. Tonali on the right side. Tonali is fouled off right on the Achilles tendon. Man, right on that ankle. Oh, that's a smart foul right there. Yellow card and for Nori.
Under pressure. There was no need as well. He's going nowhere.
No need. But very astutely done by... see, it wasn't even that... I guarantee you it didn't hurt him. But that's very, very good by Tonali to try to get something done in that area where it would have just been a throw-in for the opposition.
Yeah, Trippier's on, which is, I think this is what we need.
Well, Kieran Trippier coming on.
Time.
We're assuming the Livramento is going to be off the pitch. Yes, he is. Tino Livramento coming off. This is like-for-like player, but are we just hoping that the Trippier is going to be more attacking, more proactive, more crosses?
Well, it's like I said, he gives you that a little bit more on the delivery.
Right.
It's about the mentality now, isn't it? It's about, like I say, what he can. We all know what he can do with a dead ball. He hasn't had much game time, so I'm not expecting, too much. But we'll see now.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, he gives us a little bit more stability at the back, because at this present moment in time, every time Wolves go forward, we look all over the shop.
Wow, interesting. Colton Connor says, I'm about to walk 34 years supporting Newcastle's bottle jobs. Yeah, well, that's a cross by Trippier.
It's a good.
Back to Murphy. Murphy with the cross. Burn. Oh, Burn.
Just looped over the top.
So looped over the top, yeah. Not dangerous, though. It didn't seem like it. Would have been dangerous by luck, not by execution.
Yeah, he had it covered all the way, didn't he?
Yeah.
Eddie looks a bit flustered, mate, to be fair.
Yeah, Eddie is a bit lost there. But then again, man, you're doing it to yourself.
I agree with Beer though about Murphy. He's not really played a part in this game whatsoever.
Not play good. It's going to be another corner. Oh man, that's a goal kick. Because we're looking at Darren Eales and Paul Mitchell in the stands, and also James Bunt. Yeah.
Looking very sheepishly, the three of them.
Interesting.
I mean, that's what you don't get anymore, which is a shame, because obviously when Amanda was with us, she was shouting and egging the lads on. I mean, these guys just look like, waxwork bloody dummies.
Exactly. Yeah. And look, at this point, Gordon is quiet now as a center forward. I mean, he was attacking. He was probably the busiest guy on the pitch for us on the left side.
Yeah.
Bad move, that one. But
yeah, Jacob Murphy is practicing for the role in his next film, the remake of The Invisible Man. But it's annoying. It really is annoying, because at the end of the day, we've known that Anthony isn't a straightforward number 9. He's trying to get, like you just said, he's coming deep to try and get the ball moving, and now all of a sudden, we've moved the ball into the box. Good play by Barnes. Ooh.
Barnes, be careful. Blocked just in time by Mosquera.
That's a call.
Saving the day.
That was some nice movement, and again, all come from Anthony Gordon coming deep to try and create something of it for himself. Good defending, to be fair. Went to the back post.
Corner.
Dan
Burn. And Johnstone. Frustration by Burn.
Just headed it down, didn't he? I mean, he didn't get much purchase on it.
Yeah, and it's
would have been ideal if he'd have got it back into the mix somewhere.
Frustrating right now looking at the Magpies is we could have taken advantage of a must-win game to be up there in the Premier League.
Just a clear ball and they're in again.
Oh, man, look at this one. And now this is going to be bad. Oh, Cunha. Oh, man, and Pope feel like he blocked it by luck because of the body language. And now Barnes on the other side. And that's going to be a well done defensive play by Wolves. But look at this one.
Our left back is there. See what I mean? Now, Ryan, tell me why I can't be looking at our fullbacks and blaming them. It's all about positioning on the park. There is no need to go and mark out a player up that far up the field. You've got to be asking your two wide men to drop in. And this is what I keep saying. You're leaving yourself wide open, and they've been highlighting Hall all the time now.
And another yellow card for who? For Willock. Oh, for Tyndall. Man, look, let me tell you something, man. Stop showing off and do your damn job on the sidelines. Do your damn job on the sideline. Stop showing off, trying to get the cameras on. You're trying to act as what it is, mad dog. Do your damn job and pull the iPad out and try to do some. Stop wasting time talking to the referee, man. You got a lot to do on this pitch right now. Hopefully tie this game and get a point. Next thing you know, the next play by the next theatrical play would be get himself ejected. Come on, man. That's another yellow card now. Probably going to be for a player. For Semedo.
Yeah, push the ball away.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Semedo's hurt himself, to be fair.
Well, Semedo's going down. As we look at Mad Dog still talking to the referee.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened, but my screen's gone. My screen's frozen. Oh, it's okay. I think it was.
What's going on? Where's Eddie at?
Well, there's only one allowed out of the dugout at any one time. So obviously, when Eddie's looking at the iPad that they've got for tactics and seeing how plays going, then obviously Mad Dog comes out and barks orders. But obviously, he's not obviously barking the right things towards the referee. Obviously, I mean, it's frustrating, and that's why I said it just builds frustration.
And I tell you, I could agree with Colton. Says this game has Osula all over it. Well, if you're about to throw balls in there.
I mean, if anybody's going to score, it's going to be him, isn't it?
I mean, Gordon has been awful quiet, man. I mean, what is he supposed to do? He doesn't. He's not. That's not his game.
Chan has come on.
Yeah, Chan. He definitely plays good against us.
Yeah. And today, like I said, we don't look very safe and secure whatsoever.
Yeah.
There you go. 5 appearances, 4 goals. Look how far Gordon's having to come for the ball. He's like playing in midfield. Come on, Murphy.
All right, well, there's a corner kick for Newcastle United. 71 minutes underway. Oh, man, what the hell corner? What's that? Tonali from deep. Murphy, what?
That's what I'm saying. We're actually getting nothing from the right-hand side. So if we're getting nothing from a player who's actually part of the team, why not risk bringing in Osula with a bit of pace, a bit of muscle up front.
Be right in saying, well, Osula's a third-rate striker. Listen, I've been saying it before, and people tell me that, Osula's going to be great. Well, based on the facts that Callum Wilson is never available, not available tonight, then he needs to play. The only striker available is Osula. It's as simple as that.
Murphy.
Yourself.
It's just, I mean, when you look at that play there. I mean, obviously, Trips was offside. And he should never have been offside. But like, they literally put in a wall behind us, so we've got no ideas of what to do.
Yeah. Well,
expected goals for us has literally just got up to 0.45 because we've had for the second half.
Well, there we go. Gordon passing it back to Harvey Barnes, and I'll be fair to Wolves as well. They've been very much guarding this one goal very well, not leaving a lot of room. Bruno Guimaraes right there, and Bruno's been awful quiet, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of chasing of empty air, to be fair. I mean, because he's tried to come back into defence to support the lads, and like I said, you don't expect them to be, expect them to be everywhere on the park, and that's the problem. I mean, Willock's there's just tried to get up the line, and he's been clipped. But again, Willock's looked bright when he's come on. He's trying to bring the game to Wolves, and it's just not happening yet. Because, like I say, they are literally 16 yards from their goal line. And every deflection now, he's running on through to Johnson, who is obviously just picking up all the loose bits. And we've just got to try something different. At this present moment in time, we look very one-dimensional, which is so, it's not going to do anything. They've looked comfortable this second half. They really have. And Johnson with the ball in the penalty box, he's just pushing the Wolves players forward and telling them to get up. And again, clear, not a single blooming Newcastle player anywhere near the header. Ridiculous. And again, this is what I said, opportunity balls going into the forward line now. You're not going to get anything from that. It's crazy. I mean, literally, Gordon is just running around trying to close the ball down, and he's just running himself into the ground. Well done, Tonali. Cut the ball out, plays it out to the right-hand side to Murphy. Jacob Murphy into the centre. Just a deflection, and it literally, Dawson's able to clear long, and it goes out for a goal kick. And again, that's literally come from a clearance, Bellegarde clearance that's gone, and it's cut out by Tonali. Tonali, quick thinking again, moves it out to Murphy, who plays a first-time ball into the box on the 6-yard box. And unfortunately, the scramble has just deflected into the Wolves' path. We've recycled it again. Shaw from distance. That's a go and a goal! What a goal that is! From Fabian Shaw! From 30 yards. Like I said, they're so deep. That's what we need. And what an amazing goal that is. What a goal. Get in! Come on! I mean, that's come out of absolutely nothing, but because they're so deep, like I said, you need to keep shooting. Bring them out at you. And eventually we've got the reward. But I mean, don't bloody deserve it. The ball's recycled into Willock. Willock goes into Bruno. Bruno just plays it square. 25, 30 yards, bang, into the far right-hand corner of the keeper. And it's just dipped as it's gone in. Well, that's typical Fabian Shaw. He's got a wand of a right foot. What a goal that is. Literally arcing into the far corner. Superb goal. Oh, it was a bit of a deflection, to be fair, off Dawson. So maybe that was the reasons why it was nowhere near Johnson. It just come off the top of Dawson's head, glancing header, and it's taken it into the roof of the net. Still a great shot, though. Not going to take that away from Shaw, because it may be the kick up the bloody arse that we need to go forward now. Come on. Let's do this. I've got a bit... they obviously got to play down, so there's a bit of a at no point. But again, it's just that shifting the ball. You know, they run in a line and then they draw the players towards them. They circulate the ball back. Willock to Bruno. Bruno then just holds onto the ball for a second, brings the defender towards him. Then he shoves it out to Shaw.
Did we just score?
Takes it out of his foot, and what a fucking goal that was from Shaw.
Oh, man.
Did you miss it?
Yeah, man, I missed it.
Oh, bless you. There'll be. Well, I don't know whether there'll be a.
Did it just happen?
Going off. Literally just happened. Yeah, we haven't kicked off since. Shaw from about 27, 28 yards hits the ball right foot. Literally glances off Dawson's head, loops a little bit on the trajectory, takes it into the far right-hand corner across the keeper. Johnson had no chance, to be fair. Great goal.
Well, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Glad to see that we finally made a turning point. Now, it is 1-1. Still got a lot of time left to win this game. 77 minutes, 78 now, with the dangerous corner kick for Wolves. 6 corners for Wolves, 4 for Newcastle United. We have to be able to. If we get this point, Colton says, walk out again, Chris. We might score. Nicely done by Nick Pope.
John Shaw said exactly what I said. For me now, I would get Murphy off and throw Asula through the middle, just for his pace, because he's an unknown. He's an unknown quantity, and like I said, the trouble is when you're looking at players coming off the bench. Even their manager wouldn't know much about Asula.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he hasn't scored. That means absolutely nothing. You know, at the minute, Jacob Murphy doesn't look like doing anything.
Yeah, no. Jonathan Shaw says, I'm tempted to take Murphy off. Oh, be careful. Oh, my goodness gracious. Fabian Schär, good defensive play right there, passing it back. Man, Fabian Schär is now the one pushing Newcastle United to a victory. You know, a corner kick for Newcastle for the Magpies.
Good throw that was.
Lewis Hall to take care of it. Murphy.
Number are you on, Chris?
7903.
Oh, you're in front of me again. Stay where you are.
Yeah. You'll get there, trust me, because with everything going on, I keep getting set back on my computer. There we go. Newcastle United. Pope on the left side. Barnes.
Some really nice interplay there.
Willock. Barnes, ladies and gentlemen. Barnes from deep. Bang! Oh my goodness gracious, what a strike, what a goal, what a shot from deep, the one and only Harvey Barnes. I've been saying it. He can do it. He can win the game.
This is Harvey Barnes' game all over. There's no pace in their seam, you see.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's amazing, isn't it? What a goal that is.
What a shot, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, and what?
2 goals
inside.
From outside the box as well.
Man, you got to slap your mama after scoring that. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, my. From deep. You better put some respect on his name.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, the changes, it was perfect for them. And that's what I said. I can't understand why you've got somebody who's not really doing anything that can change the game. And Harvey Barnes is one of them that can change the game.
I've been saying it for a long time. He needs to celebrate like this, showing his watch, showing his clock, his watch, because it's Harvey Barnes time. And when it's crunch time, when it's clutch time, when the time is ticking, when the clock is ticking, Harvey Barnes will show up, ladies and gentlemen. But you cannot trust that it's going to happen. This is football, man. You're playing against top teams. You cannot trust that you're going to come back every game. And so I think Eddie will recognize this. He needs to recognize, and actually somebody said it there. Watch, we put Tonali and Barnes back in. We win the game, and all of a sudden, it will look like Eddie Howe made great changes.
Master stroke.
Right, and you cannot be deceived by what we saw in the first half. Unbelievable stuff so far.
That was superb, absolutely superb. And like I said, again, not an amazing performance, and yet we seem to be gathering these points on not playing fantastic. And Foxy's right; it's absolute robbery. This afternoon. Definition of smash and grab.
Oh, be careful! There's a man down for Wolves. Be careful. He twisted something. However, his teammates don't give a damn. They're trying to score the equalizer for Wolves. Cunha.
They wouldn't be doing that if we had the ball, I'll tell you now.
Exactly. That's true. But I do agree with Brent. Says, sorry, but we do have to start our best 11, period. I agree with you, man. Look, Tonali needs to play. Harvey Barnes needs to play.
Yeah, it's what we were saying. The chances don't come very often, and especially against the bigger sides. At the minute, we haven't really played any of the big teams yet. So we've just got to be a little bit more aware of what our front foot is now.
That's right. And it will be interesting to see the reaction from the directors on the stands. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a foul right there on Green-Eyed Eyes, who's still been absent, hasn't he?
He's done a different role today, Chris. That's what I said. He's played a totally different role to what he normally is. I mean, we often see him going on these marauding runs, trying these little flicks. He's done none of that today. He's very much been our number 6. And it's only since we went behind that we've actually seen him appear in the opposition half. I mean, he got the assist for Shah's goal. I mean, obviously it was only a 5-yard pass, but I mean, he was upfield being that extra man.
Toon Talk says, under no circumstances can we credit this to Eddie Howe. Well, no, I agree with you. And you know what tells you that? The fact that Eddie makes changes so quickly at halftime, it just tells you, man, oh man, I made a numpty move, and I need to try to fix it. And let me tell you, if he would have waited until the 60th whatever minute, this is not. I can just bet money that we don't equalize this game, or even because there's not enough time.
No.
But man, what a strike, man! What a shot, beautifully done, Harvey Barnes, man. And let me tell you something. It's just about football. I know the stats. We're going to get into those. I'm sure the reactions, the review later on tonight. But sometimes, man, you just got to get it done. And if a man, every time he comes on the pitch, he gets you you as a manager, you got to back the guy that's giving you the points, that's keeping you in the job. David Knight says the players have definitely got Eddie out of this one 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stephen, Eddie changing at halftime was him admitting he got it wrong. At least he noticed. Yeah, well, that is true. That is true. And Wolves are going to make a few changes now.
That's interesting.
So some changes done by Wolves. Larson coming off. It doesn't seem like he's too happy about it.
A couple of the lads that have been on international duty, I've just noticed, are just getting the legs stretched off, because obviously there's going to be an element of cramping because of the stop-start now. Yeah, so there's a bit of a lull just while we're waiting for the team to come on. Bear Viking says, we all complain about Eddie's in-game management. This is also with Isaac on the pitch. This is in-game management. Oh, bless.
That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? How the game can shift so dramatically.
And now Lloyd Kelly coming on the pitch.
Lloyd Kelly coming on, did you say?
Yep.
All right, I say I'm behind you, mate. So yeah, I can just see him now. Yeah, I don't know whether they're trying to shore up the defence now by bringing one of the midfielders off, potentially Bruno. I'm not sure, or maybe even Murphy.
And don't forget, instant match reaction, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
coming up, Paul Clark, Andy Bell.
So this is going to be interesting now. Are they going to play 5 at the back? It looks like they are, because he's just nodded and held his fingers up for 5. So going 5 at the back, and they're obviously going to play wing backs now to try and nullify.
And this is going to be, if we win, our best start in 24 years, according to the TB announcers, which is pretty unbelievable, you know. I mean, again, we haven't been lighting it up. However, we're getting the results. It's pretty, I'll take that any day.
Yeah. It's like I said, 2-1. It's not a great game at all.
Right.
But it's like I said, it's grinding out the results. And like I said, when you're not playing well and you're still getting the results, something's got to change. Because you're not always going to have Lady Luck on your side. So Wolves just I'm coming up to the 88th minute, and we are just recycling the ball. Wolves are got a diagonal right to left. Again, Wenger's not been really involved in the game since he's come on. I just hope we don't get.
Be careful with the counter attack, Newcastle there. Barnes. Oh, Tonali. Oh man, what a block. Tonali had it. I mean, obviously that's going to be what Newcastle wants to do, because Wolves is pushing up.
Yeah. Hit him on the counter now.
Yeah, which would be lovely. A goal by Tonali would be just lovely for the morale too. But you got to be careful with Wolves. That's a foul right there on Hall. Come on now. It's getting pulled. Shirt is being pulled.
I can't understand why he didn't play that into Anthony Gordon, if I'm honest with you, earlier. Anthony Gordon was clean through there in the middle of the park. We had 3-on-2. And Anthony Gordon obviously wide open, and the ball gets moved from Murphy all the way over to Harvey Barnes. Really weird. Come on, Murphy, you've got to get them, mate, if you're asking for the ball.
I can't believe I'm that ahead of you.
You are.
Like
that
far ahead?
You're probably about 30, at least 30 seconds, if not more.
What time are you on?
89-18.
18? Oh my gosh.
What are you? 90 something?
Yeah, I'm on 90-10. Oh, something's being called here. Something in the box. Again, they gave 8 minutes. My goodness. You know what? I'm stopping at 90-20. So once you get to 90-20.
Okay, buddy.
But that is scary. They were calling for something in the box there. 8 minutes the referee has given this match. Wow.
Look Anthony Gordon there. If he plays him in, he's clear. He's wide open. I can't understand that. I really cannot understand Murphy's decision-making there when Tonali had that chance.
Let me know, 90-20.
Yeah. So I said I was way behind you, but...
Oh, wow.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
We're good now. Oh, man.
Tonali's got his arms around him. He's maybe looking at that. Maybe they were just looking at where Tonali's arms were.
I'm not going to lie. 8 minutes seems like a lot. What have we wasted time on?
Yeah.
James Cuff also 8 minutes. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I haven't seen 8 minutes of time.
But
he's going down, and you know what I mean? It's really weird.
Newcastle United pressing. Maybe one goal will definitely secure the win, but keep us feeling comfortable.
There's a lot of space in that park now, and that's why I said we've got to be careful not to overcommit. We've just got to carry on with the concentration. We've got the job done now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just make sure we run this clock down as much as we can.
Well,
and then we'll see where we
are. Thank you so much, Random Access. Absolutely superb commentary, lad. Thank you so much, mate. It means a lot, you know. We're amateurs and doing just for the love of the tune. So lovely comment there. Thank you, Random.
Yeah, thank you, Random.
You're one of the new faces, so welcome to the channel, by the way, man. Great stuff. Don't forget, as soon as full time is up, we will do an instant match reaction. Paul Clark will be leading that one, and hopefully Andy Bell will join us later on tonight at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. UK. The full match review and analysis with stats, with player scores, with voting, you know, all of that stuff, analyzing what's happened, all the subs and everything. With Gary here and the lads, the Mighty Wind should join everybody. Oh, what a save! Oh man, oh man, oh man. What a save by Nick Pope. And that was going to be the equalizer for Wolves. Did you see it, Gary?
No, I don't know where you are, mate. As I said,
I'm 92.
I did. I was looking at the other screen.
There you go.
Couldn't you with the ball? Yeah. I did.
Wow.
I did. Sorry. I was just looking at you were saying about stats. I was just looking at the current stats. That's what I was looking at.
My goodness, man. And Pope doing the, you know, what he's supposed to do. Pope there. And now Mosquera is looking for a penalty. Begging the referee to go look at it. Well, VAR check is complete, they said. Nothing there. Let's take a look at it. Burn against Mosquera. Well, no, I don't think that's a penalty at all.
No. That's all.
Well, there is 5 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Still don't understand the 8 minutes, to be honest. I mean, 8 is a lot, man.
They reckon 30 seconds per
change.
Substitute. Yeah. And there's been obviously a couple of minutes involved in that.
Oh, be careful.
Come on.
Now, Gordon, a little bit of shithousery going on.
Yeah. That'll do. Yeah. Forbes ain't happy.
Look at that. Forbes is, I hate to see that face in a dark alley.
I'm just looking at the replay. Great technique from Cunha from the save, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look at that save, though. That is proper flying.
Yeah. That's Nick Pope for you. And that's what I said. You know, as daft it looks, though, you've not seen much from any team regarding shots. I mean, all our shots have been outside the box, mainly. A couple from inside the box. But anything spectacular has been more from a distance point of view.
Yeah. Shout out to Gareth. First time I'm seeing you in the chat, man. Says, first half, very much a cockeyed performance. One eye going to the shop, the other picking up the chain. There you go.
Well done, Jacob Murphy there. That's what you want, matey. That'll do for the team. Pouring it up there.
Jacob Murphy.
He's now playing left wing. Look at Anthony Gordon at this present moment.
Murphy went all the way in there. He's going to get a yellow card, I guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely. At this present moment in time, the stats, as much as you said about Bruno Guimaraes not being involved much today, he's nearly man of the match, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Well, that's probably going to be a goal kick right there.
That's interesting. But I mean, like I said, you know, it's like all the work that they do that, you know, we don't see. You know, a lot of the time it's it's very unselfish work. I mean, obviously he's now gone off because he's run himself into the ground. Done a lot of running on his man management. He's obviously been told to look after a couple of players, or man marker player. Like I say, so he's had not much involvement apart from obviously when we fell behind, and then obviously he has to get more involved in the game. So tactics have to change.
Yeah, be careful right there. Oh man, I want nothing wrong to happen in this game.
We look all over the place at the minute. Lewis Hall is gone, mate. Lewis Hall is absolutely
he's knackered.
Dead on his legs, isn't he? And again, this is what we were talking about with the international football and everything else. Playing a couple of games in close succession, it just makes everything change.
Oh, be careful with the cross.
What time are you on now, Chris?
97-18.
Okay. I've just mine just refreshed and has gone to 97-40. And I can't find mine, unfortunately.
That's fine.
But he's just Dawson's just blocked the shots anyway. So
yeah,
it looks like we are close to getting this smash and grab, guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, this is ridiculous.
Well, I just got a notification. Everybody's getting the full time, so it looks like it is going to be, which is good. I mean, the possibility for it. Oh, look at that possibility for it. Oh, who was that? Barnes. Like he could have had the
clear through there.
Oh, he was clear, Barnes, man.
Just there you go,
man. Lovely.
Last kick of the game. That is unreal.
Well, that is it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United with an unbelievable comeback to beat Wolves away.
Two welded.
Wow.
I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Unbelievable, man. And now Newcastle United very much sit in third place. It should be. Let me refresh my Premier League table here. And yes, Newcastle United with 10 points just because of goal difference behind Arsenal. Man City above all. But great stuff, man. In a lot of people are going to say we didn't deserve it. Which I'm not necessarily going to. I don't know that Wolves were a lot better. I think we were playing bad.
We played okay for the first 20.
Right.
There was a lot of positive there. It was just trying to work away, and this is where I couldn't understand. The lads just don't take shots from distance just to make them come out and lose a little bit of that shape. We were still trying to thread that needle, and sometimes it doesn't do you any favours. You start losing the ball, and then on the turnover, that's when you've got to start to worry. And it's a couple of really long balls that have allowed us, to be on the front foot, then to be on the back foot, and then, like I say, that sweeping ball across where we've got players too far committed and out of position. You lose a little bit of shape in the back four, and they make a simple pass through into the box. There's a step over from one of their players, and then it just feeds all the way through to Lamina at the back post, who's just going to have an easy tap in. So all that work, all that hard graft that you've done, where you've not played brilliantly, but you've actually taken the ball to Wolves, has been undone. And then you have to rethink and reshuffle. And after that, you saw it was the lads. It had got into the lads' heads. Obviously, we'd got J7 who was starting to lose a little bit of his head and picked up another yellow card. And these are the ones that are going to come and bite us on the bum. These are the lads. Then obviously we know it's lovely to see Willock. And to me, the guy who changed the little bit of the momentum from the middle of the park was Joe Willock, more than Tonali. And again, this is what I keep saying. When you've got somebody who's willing to run those hard yarns and take the ball and progress the ball himself, we hadn't got that player in the middle. what you've got from Longstaff is a simple passer. He doesn't do a lot. He just runs box to box and passes the 5-yard ball. You've got J7, who again doesn't do a lot. He's more of the general who will just try and upset the play. And yet, when Willock come on, what you've got then is somebody who is willing to carry the ball. And then, you know, what that does then is bring players towards him. And once you've got players coming out of position to try and close the space down, he's got a simple pass. And then, you know, sometimes that just disrupts momentum from them being simple, like playing with 4 and 5 at the back. And that's what we got. So from that aspect, for me, the one that actually changed the look of the game was Willock.
Yeah. Yeah, great stuff. The other guys are ready for the instant match reaction, so go tune into them. You should be redirected if you're not, but if not, go hit the home button and go to the channel. We're going to be live literally right now on this channel. It'll be Paul and Andy Bell giving their instant match reaction to this. So stay tuned for later on as well. Match review. We got a lot of videos as well from the grounds, from the pubs of Newcastle United, of Newcastle, and you know, giving their reactions. So thank you so much for your support. It's been great. Lovely to have all of you. Follow us on the instant match reaction right now. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one, folks. Bye bye.
30.
Take care. Yes, 9:30 match review. 9:30. Yes, sir.